Advocate General, Learned Additional Solicitor General, Learned Public Prosecutor, Learned Additional Advocate General, Law Officers, Senior and Junior Advocates, all the judicial officers, registrars of High Court, both at Principal Seat and at Madurai Bench, President, Secretary, and office bearers of various bar associations at Madurai and at the Principal Bench, officials of the state government, staff members, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all. It is with immense pleasure and pride that I stand before you today to extend my warm welcome to each one of you to this momentous occasion. I am honored to extend a heartfelt welcome to Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Chief Justice of India, whose esteemed presence adds immense value and prestige to this gathering. It is a great honor that this celebration is inaugurated at the hands of our Honorable Chief Justice of India, who despite his busy schedule, agreed to spare this valuable time to join his celebrations. We all know His Lordship's penchant for transforming the judiciary, and His Lordship's latest suggestions on teaching law in regional languages has warmed our hearts. As chairperson of E-Committee, His Lordship took the initiative for virtual courts, National Judicial Data Grid, E-Seva Kendra, some of which will be inaugurated in the second session, and live streaming of court proceedings. His Lordships have delivered eminent judgments in service jurisprudence and criminal matters, including right to privacy and free speech, and part of bench that dealt with Ram Janmabhoomi matter, Sabarimala case, and electoral bond case. However, his most impactful judgments are written in cases dealing with constitutional issues. It fills me immense pleasure and gratitude to extend my warm welcome to Honorable Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai, Judge, Supreme Court of India. It is a testament to his outstanding qualities that His Lordship has readily accepted our invitation to participate in the voluntary sessions for launch of work for establishing 100 E-Seva Kendras in the northern districts of the Tamil Nadu. His Lordship has authored numerous landmark judgments over the course of his tenure. His Lordship's judgments are concerned with the welfare of the public and the society. We are proud to have His Lordship's presence in this august function. I am also honored to extend my sincere gratitude and welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Judge of Supreme Court of India. It is his outstanding qualities that His Lordship has readily accepted our invitation to participate in this voluntary sessions for launch of work and establish 100 E-Seva Kendras in the southern districts of Tamil Nadu, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to our judiciary. Beyond his judicial duties, His Lordship has been actively involved in various legal firms and organizations. Notably, His Lordship served as a member of the governing body of the NALSA, India Law Institute, which underscores his dedication to legal law scholarship and reforms. His Lordship has delivered numerous judgments on human rights, gender justice, education, and prison reforms. I would like to extend my special recognition to Honorable Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge of Supreme Court of India, whose esteemed presence adds immense value and prestige to this gathering. I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Justice Sundaresh for graciously accepting our invitation to attend this function, despite his demanding schedule. His simplicity, firm decision-making on judicial pronouncement for the welfare of the downtrodden communities have earned him widespread respect within the legal fraternity and driving inspiration to all of us. His judgments and speeches have always been an inspiration to the lawyers, especially junior lawyers. His Lordship's advice and insightful suggestions are invaluable support and guidance for the welfare of the institution. His presence in the August function would give more strength to the legal fraternity at Madurai Bench. I am also honored to extend my warm welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, His Lordship has shown extreme dedication and commitment to our High Court by readily accepting our invitation to attend this function. His Lordship is known for his specialized knowledge on diverse subjects including constitutional law, criminal law, commercial law, insolvency, and arbitration laws. It is my privilege to welcome Honorable Justice Mahadevan, Judge Supreme Court of India. For his guidance and dedication in organizing this bicentennial celebration when His Lordship was acting as Chief Justice of Madras High Court. Now his exemplary efforts have played a pivotal role in the success of this function. Now His Lordship is holding the different role as the Judge of the Supreme Court. His Lordship's elevation adds feather to the crown. On behalf of the Madras High Court and members of the Bar, we express our sincere gratitude to the Honorable Chief Justice of India and Collegium of the Supreme Court of India for giving one more opportunity to the Madras High Court for the elevation of His Lordship as Judge of the Supreme Court. I wish him a cherishable and prosperous career as a Judge of Supreme Court of India. As well, we know His Lordship is known for his eminency and command over Tamil literature and for his notable judgments on environment protection, preservation of water bodies and Tamil properties, etc., temple properties, etc. Mr. Honorable Justice K.V. Vishwanathan and Honorable Justice Mahadevan are attending their first official function in this Madurai bench. It is a great joyous moment for us. I would be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the invaluable contribution of Honorable Justice Suresh Kumar, Administrative Judge of Madurai Bench of Madras High Court, and other companion brother and sister judges of this chartered High Court for the unwavering commitment in organizing this function. Today, we gather here to mark and cherish bicentennial celebration of the Madras Bench of the Madurai High Court, which came to be inaugurated in the year 2004 on 24/7/2024 to cater the needs of the litigants and lawyers of 14 southern districts of Tamil Nadu. Madurai Bench was established to reduce the workload of the principal seat of Madras High Court in Chennai and to provide better access to justice for people in the southern districts of the Tamil Nadu. I remember the day when the Madurai Bench was inaugurated. Now 20 years have passed so fast, and the bench has grown leaps and bounds. Initially, Madurai Bench had 3 judges, and now over the passage of 2 decades, the sanctioned strength of judges at Madurai has grown up to 20. The talent pool has grown bigger and will grow in the years to come. We are proud to say that the Madurai Bench is one of the best high courts in the entire country, providing all infrastructure facilities within these premises. New buildings have come up and additional amenities are added periodically. The government all along have been supportive to the High Court in improving the amenities. It is also a proud moment to inform that the government of Tamil Nadu has accorded administrative sanction for a sum of rupees 11.20 crores for acquisition of land admission to an extent of 6.5 acres opposite to the Madras High Court campus, which would give additional space for the demand of the bar for construction of auditorium, car parking, staff quarters, etc. The Madurai Bench was commenced in the presence of the Honorable Mr. Justice R.C. Lagoti, former Chief Justice of India, and Mr. Justice B. Subhashan Reddy, former Chief Justice of Madras High Court. And after completion of 20 years, this Madurai Bench has disposed of nearly 12.36, and during last 2 years, the Madurai Bench has achieved 106% disposal as against institution of cases, which demonstrate better coordination between the bench and the bar and the endeavor taken by the advocates in disposing of the cases. I once again express my sincere gratitude and heartiest welcome to all the dignitaries and participants who have made this event possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lord, for the warm welcome.
இந்த வரலாற்று சிறப்புமிக்க நிகழ்விற்கு வளமதுரைக்கு வருகை தந்துள்ள மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர்களை கௌரவிக்கும் நிகழ்வு.
Now, this is the time to honor the dignitaries on the dais.
We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice D. Krishnakumar, the Acting Chief Justice of Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Suresh Kumar, Administrative Judge of Madurai Bench of Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice S.S. Sundar, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subramanian, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice M. Sundar, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mrs. Justice J. Nisha Banu, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice D. Krishnakumar, the Acting Chief Justice of Madras High Court. Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mrs. Justice Anita Suman, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland, and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Suresh Kumar, Administrative Judge, Madurai Bench of Madras High Court. Thank you, my lords. We now request Mr. P.S. Raman, Advocate General of Tamil Nadu, to honor the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, sir. We now request the presidents from Bar Association of Madurai Bench of Madras High Court, MAHA, MBA, MMBA, MBHAA, and WAA to jointly honor the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Thank you, my lord. Thank you all. We now request the President and Secretary of MMBA to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. We now request the President and Secretary of MAHA to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. We now request the President and Secretary of MMBA to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the President and Secretary of MBA to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the President and Secretary of Madurai Bench of Madras High Court Association, MBHAA, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request the President and Secretary of WAA to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. We now request Mr. P. Muthukumar, Additional Advocate General, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge, Supreme Court of India. We now request Mr. R. Neelakandan, Additional Advocate General, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice M. M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. R. Bhaskaran, Additional Advocate General, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. Thank you, sir. We now request J. Ravindran, Additional Advocate General, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India. We now request Mr. Selvendran, Special Government Pleader, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my lords. Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. P. Tilak Kumar, Government Pleader, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice D. Krishna Kumar, the Acting Chief Justice of Madras High Court. We now request Mr. Veera Kadiravan, Additional Advocate General, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
இந்திய இறையாண்மையின் இதயமாக விளங்கும் மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்றத்தினுடைய நீதிபதியாய் உயர்ந்திருக்கும் தமிழ்தாயின் தவப்புதல்வன் உச்ச நீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் மாண்புமிகு ஆர் மகாதேவன் அவர்களை வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
We kindly invite the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to deliver his Lordship's felicitation.
Good morning to all of you. அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய வணக்கம். Today is an important day in the history of Madurai bench of Madras High Court. We have the eminent judges from Supreme Court of India to participate in this important occasion. We have the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, who stands as a paragon of judicial excellence. As the 50th Chief Justice of India, His Lordship's remarkable tenure is a testament to the unwavering commitment to upholding the Constitution and safeguarding the rights and freedom of our citizens. His Lordship's advocacy for human rights, gender equality, and the integration of technology within the legal system inspiring many. We have the Honorable Justice B.R. Gawai, whose role in legal jurisprudence is distinguished by His Lordship's steadfast dedication to the rule of law and His Lordship's pursuit of justice with unparalleled integrity and fairness. His Lordship's profound legal acumen is reflected in insightful judgments that have significantly shaped Indian jurisprudence. We also have Honorable Justice Suryahan, whose contributions to justice, human rights, and judicial reform are both profound and influential. His Lordship have been particularly impactful in environmental jurisprudence with landmark decisions that have fortified our democratic framework. The son of the soil, Honorable Justice M.M. Sundaresh, whose judicial career is marked by a profound dedication to the principles of justice and constitutional integrity. Your insightful judgment in various facets of criminal and other laws have significantly influenced legal thoughts and practice in India. His Lordship K.V. Viswanathan's distinguished contributions to the judiciary are characterized by a deep sense of fairness and legal expertise. His Lordship's thoughtful and balanced judgments have made significant strides in the development of Indian jurisprudence. My special thanks to all the honorable judges for having participated in this memorable occasion. Honorable Acting Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Justice D. Krishna Kumar, Justice R. Suresh Kumar, Administrative Judge, Madurai Bench of Madras High Court, my brother and sister judges, judicial officers, Mr. P.S. Raman, Advocate General of Tamil Nadu, my dearest lawyers of Madras as well as Madurai Bench, distinguished guests. It is with profound honor and immense pride that we unite today to celebrate the 20th year of Madurai Bench of Madras High Court. This milestone is not just a marker of 20 years, but a symbol of the enduring commitment to justice and righteousness that this bench embodies. As the then acting Chief Justice of Madras High Court, when the plans for this celebrations were brought to my attention, I took it upon myself to ensure that this occasion would be marked with the grandeur it deserves. I took steps to invite esteemed honorable judges from the Supreme Court, recognizing the significance of this milestone in our judicial history. Before the function could take place, I was elevated to the Supreme Court of India. Today, I am before you as a judge of Supreme Court of India. The statistics related to the volume of work in the Madurai bench about the efficiency as well as dedication of this bench is shown well. Since its inception, the Madurai bench has instituted an impressive 1,34,596 cases as well as 13,45,946 cases disposed so far. More remarkably, it has disposed of 12,13,084 cases, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to swift and effective justice. As of June 30, 2024, the pending cases stands at 77,751, a testament to the bench's efficiency given the high volume of cases it handles. As we celebrate the 20th year, we must also look towards the future with optimism and resolve. The challenges ahead are many, but so are the opportunities. We must continue to innovate, to leverage technology, and to find new ways to make justice ever more accessible and efficient. To my esteemed colleagues in the legal fraternity, you are the pillars of our judicial system. Your dedication, hard work, and ethical conduct set the standard for justice and uphold the rule of law. Embrace continuous learning, strive for excellence, and let your commitment to ethical practice shine as a beacon of others to follow. As we move forward, let us reaffirm our dedication to the principles that led to the establishment of this bench: accessibility, efficiency, and justice for all. Let us commit ourselves to upholding the highest standard of judicial conduct and to the relentless pursuit of justice, truth, and righteousness in all our endeavors. May the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court continue to stand as a symbol of hope, a bastion of justice, and a testament to the power of accessible and efficient judicial systems. Before thanking you, நிலந்தரு திருவின் பாண்டியனும் காய்ச்சின வழுதியும் உக்கிர பெருவழுதி பாண்டியனும் எடுத்து தந்த சட்டத்தையும் நீதியையும் இந்த மதுரை பெஞ்ச் தொடர்ந்து காப்பாற்றி வரும் என்ற நம்பிக்கையோடு உங்களுக்கு நன்றி கூறுகிறேன். வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Lordship, for inspiring speech.
மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் திரு KV விஸ்வநாதன் அவர்களை வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
We kindly invite the Honorable Mr. Justice KV Vishwanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, to offer his Lordship's felicitation.
மதிப்பிற்கும் மிகுந்த மரியாதைக்கும் உரிய உச்ச நீதிமன்ற தலைமை நீதிபதி நீதியரசர் தனஞ்சய் சந்திரசூட் அவர்களே, my most esteemed and respected Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, மாண்புமிகு மூத்த சகோதர நீதிபதிகள் நீதியரசர் திரு பூஷன் ராமகிருஷ்ண கவாய், நீதியரசர் திரு சூரியகாந்த் அவர்களே, பாசமிகு சகோதரர் நீதியரசர் சுந்தரேஷ் அவர்களே, கடந்த வாரம் வரை இந்த விழாவிற்கு இயக்குனராக இருந்து இன்று காலை அரங்கத்திலே கதாநாயகனாக பிரவேசித்து மேடையிலே வீற்றிருக்கும் சகோதரர் நீதியரசர் மகாதேவன் அவர்களே, till last week he was the director of this function. This morning he has emerged as the hero and is now seated on the stage. சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தின் தலைமை நீதிபதி பொறுப்பில் இருக்கும் நீதியரசர் திரு கிருஷ்ணகுமார் அவர்களே, மதுரை அமர்வு நீதிமன்றத்தின் நிர்வாக நீதிபதி நீதியரசர் திரு சுரேஷ்குமார் அவர்களே, மேகாலய உயர் நீதிமன்றத்தின் தலைமை நீதிபதி நீதியரசர் திரு வைத்தியநாதன் அவர்களே, சென்னை உயர் நீதிமன்றத்தின் மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர்களே, தமிழகத்தின் முதன்மை வழக்கறிஞர் திரு PS ராமன் அவர்களே, மத்திய அரசின் கூடுதல் சொலிசிட்டர் ஜெனரல் திரு ARL சுந்தரேசன் அவர்களே, அவையில் வீற்றிருக்கும் சான்றோர்களே, வழக்கறிஞர் பெருமக்களே, சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் முதற்கண் என்னுடைய காலை வணக்கத்தினை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். முதன்மையாக 20 ஆண்டுகளை வெற்றிகரமாக பூர்த்தி செய்து தங்கள் கடமைகளை செவ்வனே செய்து மதுரை அமர்வு நீதிமன்றத்தின் கொடியினை மிகவும் உயர பறக்கச் செய்த நீதியரசர்கள், வழக்கறிஞர்கள், வழக்காடும் மக்கள் இந்த அமர்வு நீதிமன்றத்தின் முதுகெலும்பாக திறங்கும் பதிவாளர், உயர் நீதிமன்ற பணியாளர்களுக்கு வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். மதுரை மாநகரமானது ஒரு சரித்திரம் படைத்த மாநகரம். அநீதி எங்கிருந்தாலும் அதை தட்டி கேட்கும் ஆற்றல் படைத்த மாநகரம். இளங்கோவடிகள் சிலப்பதிகாரத்திலே சொன்னார், கண்ணகிக்கு அநீதி விளைக்கப்பட்டது என்று தெரிந்தவுடன் மன்னர் நெடுஞ்செழியன் உயிர் நீத்தார். அது என்ன காட்டுகிறது என்றால், மதுரை மாநகரமானது எங்கு அநீதி இருந்தாலும் அதை தட்டி கேட்கும் ஆற்றல் படைத்தது. அதனால் இங்கு பொறுப்பு நீதிமன்றம் அமைக்கப்பட்டது மிக முக்கியமானது, சரியானது. இந்த பொறுப்பு நீதிமன்றம் அமைப்பதற்கு முன் நீதிபதி ஜஸ்வந்த் சிங் அவர்கள் குழு அமைக்கப்பட்டது. அந்த குழுவின் பரிந்துரைப்படி நீதிக்கான அணுகலை வசதி செய்து நீதியினை வீட்டு வாசலிலே, மக்களின் வீட்டு வாசலிலே கொண்டு சேர்ப்பதற்காக மதுரையும் மதுரையை சுற்றிய மாவட்டங்களிலும் அந்த வழக்காடும் மக்களுக்கு வசதி செய்து கொடுக்க இந்த அமர்வு நீதிமன்றம் இங்கு அமைக்கப்பட்டது. இது ஒரு சாதாரண விஷயம் அல்ல. அரசியல் சாசனத்தின் ஷரத்து 21 இந்த அமர்வு நீதிமன்றம் நடைமுறைப்படுத்துகின்றது. அதை நீங்கள் வெற்றிகரமாக நடைபெற செய்திருக்கிறீர்கள். அதற்காக என்னுடைய பாராட்டுக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். பல முக்கிய தீர்ப்புகளை வழங்கி மக்களின் நம்பிக்கையை கவர்ந்திருக்கிறீர்கள். By delivering several landmark judgments and by discharging your duty diligently, you have won the confidence of the citizens of the area and of your jurisdiction. இந்த உயர் நீதிமன்றத்தின் கொடி மேலும் மேலும் பறக்க வாழ்த்துகிறேன். அவ்வாறு பறக்கும் என்பதில் எந்த விதமான சந்தேகமும் என் மனதில் இல்லை. இந்த வெற்றியை எண்ணி நாம் பெருமிதம் கொள்ளலாம். ஆனால் இந்த வெற்றி தென்றலிலே ஓய்வு எடுத்து விடக்கூடாது. We can celebrate the victory, we can celebrate the distinguished 20 years, but we should not rest on our laurels. வெற்றி பெருமிதத்துடன் இந்த நேரம் சுய பரிசோதனை செய்ய நேரமுமாகும். ஏதேனும் குறைபாடுகள் இருந்தாலும் அதை சீர்திருத்தம் செய்ய, அதை சரி செய்ய நடவடிக்கைகளை நிச்சயமாக நாம் மேற்கொள்வோம் என்பதிலும் எந்த விதமான ஐயமும் இல்லை. மதுரையிலே நின்று உரையாற்றும் பொழுது என்னுடைய மனது 1975ஆம் ஆண்டுக்கு செல்கின்றது. என்னுடைய மாமா இங்கே குற்றவியல் முதல் வகுப்பு நீதிபதியாக இருந்தார். My uncle was a judicial first class magistrate here in 1975. அப்பொழுதே மதுரையில் தலை சிறந்த வழக்கறிஞர் இருந்தார்கள், பல பேர் இருந்தார்கள். ஆனால் 2 பேர் கூறப்பட வேண்டும். முதலில் வீட்டில் பேச்சில் அப்பேறுகள் வரும். திரு ராஜையா அவர்களின் பேர் வரும். நான் 5ஆம் வகுப்பில் படித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கும் பொழுது திரு தர்மராஜ் சந்தோஷம் அவர்கள் பேர் வரும். அதற்கெல்லாம் முன்பாக கூட விடுதலை போராட்டத்திலும் சரி, தீண்டாமை ஒழிப்பு போராட்டத்திலும் சரி, மதுரை வழக்கறிஞர்கள் முன்னிலையில் நின்று போராடியுள்ளார்கள். மதுரை வைத்தியநாதன் அவர்களை நாம் இங்கு நினைவு கூற வேண்டும். இதையெல்லாம் ஏன் கூறுகிறேன் என்றால், இந்த அமர்வு நீதிமன்றத்தின் எதிர்காலம் ஒளிமயமாக இருக்க வேண்டுமென்றால் அது இளம் வழக்கறிஞர் கையில் தான் உள்ளது. ஐயா, நீங்கள் வந்தீர்கள், இளம் வழக்கறிஞர் கையில் இருக்கிறது என்று பேசிவிட்டீர்கள். எங்களுக்கு வேலைக்கு வாய்ப்பு எங்கே? எங்களை யார் சேர்த்து கொள்கிறார்கள் என்ற வினா உங்கள் மனதில் எழக்கூடும். அதற்கான பதிலையும் தயாரோடு வந்திருக்கிறேன். நான் உச்சநீதிமன்றத்திலே ஒரு வழக்கில் என்னை நீதிமன்ற நண்பர் அமெக்கஸ் குரியவாக நியமிக்கப்பட்ட பொழுது பல பரிந்துரைகளை எடுத்து வைத்தேன். அதில் ஒன்றை கூற விரும்புகிறேன். மதுரை வழக்கறிஞர் சங்க நிர்வாகிகள் இதை கவனமாக கேட்டுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். நீங்கள் இதை அமல்படுத்த வேண்டும். நீங்கள் இதை அமல்படுத்துவதில் முன்னோடியாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பது என்னுடைய விருப்பம். இதை நான் ஒரு உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதிபதியாக உங்களிடத்திலே இந்த கோரிக்கையை வைக்கவில்லை. சாதாரணமாக இந்த விழாக்களில் வழக்கறிஞர்கள் தான் நீதிபதிகளுக்கு கோரிக்கை வைப்பார்கள். ஆனால் நான் ஒரு சகோதரர் என்ற முறையிலே, சமீப காலம் வரை வழக்கறிஞராக இருந்தேன் என்ற முறையிலே இந்த கோரிக்கையை வைக்கிறேன். வழக்கறிஞர் சங்கத்திலே ஒரு வேலை வாய்ப்பு குழு ஒன்றை அமையுங்கள். அதில் 2 விதமான பட்டியலை தயார்படுத்துங்கள். ஒன்று, மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர்களின் பட்டியல். அவர்கள் நாங்கள் இளம் வழக்கறிஞர்களை சேர்த்துக்கொள்ள தயாராக இருக்கிறோம் என்று கூற வேண்டும். இன்னொரு பட்டியல் இளம் வழக்கறிஞர்களுடைய பட்டியல். நாங்கள் மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர்களுடன் வேலை செய்ய தயாராக இருக்கிறோம் என்று அவர்கள் கூற வேண்டும். நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம், இதை கட்டாயப்படுத்த முடியாது, இதை எப்படி அமுல்படுத்த முடியும் என்று. கட்டாயப்படுத்த முடியாது, ஆனால் மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர்களை ஊக்குவிக்கலாம். இவ்வாறு செய்தால்தான் நீங்கள் மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர்களாக நியமிக்கப்படுவதற்கு தகுதி பெறுவீர்கள், அரசாங்க வழக்கறிஞர்களாவதற்கு தகுதி பெறுவீர்கள், நீதிபதியாவதற்கு தகுதி பெறுவீர்கள் என்று கூட நிபந்தனைகள் வைக்கலாம். இதை நான் உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதிபதியிடம் தனியாக கோரப்போகிறேன். அவ்வாறு அவர்கள் கட்டாயமாக ஒரு இளம் வழக்கறிஞரையாவது சேர்த்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். இதுவரை சிபாரிசு முறையில் தான் வேலைக்கு வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்துள்ளது. எல்லாருக்குமே அப்படித்தான். பொள்ளாச்சியில் நான் பிறந்தேன், கோயம்புத்தூரிலே படித்தேன், எனக்கு வாய்ப்புகள் கிடைத்தன. சரியான இடத்திலே இருந்ததனால் அந்த வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்தது. ஆனால் பல திறமைப்பட்ட இளைஞர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள். அவருக்கு நாம் இந்த வாய்ப்பை கொடுக்க வேண்டும். அவர்களிடத்தில் தான் இந்த எதிர்காலம் இருக்கிறது. அவர்கள் தான் இந்த உயர்நீதிமன்ற அமர்வு கிளையை ஒளிமயமான எதிர்காலத்தோடு கொண்டு செல்ல முடியும். இளம் வழக்கறிஞர்களே, உங்களுக்கு வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்தவுடன் அதை பயன்படுத்தி கொள்ளுங்கள். வேலை நேரத்தை வீணாக்காதீர்கள். ஏதாவது படித்துக்கொண்டே இருங்கள். உங்களது வழக்கு விசாரணைக்கு வரும் வரையில் பல நேரம் ஆகலாம். காலையிலிருந்து நீங்கள் நீதிமன்றத்திலே இருக்க வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் ஏற்படலாம். தயார் செய்ய வேண்டிய வழக்குகளை எடுத்து செல்லுங்கள். தீர்ப்பு திரட்டுக்களை எடுத்து செல்லுங்கள். ஏதாவது படித்து கொண்டே இருங்கள். இதனால் என்ன ஆகும் என்றால், ஒரு 10-12 வருடத்திலே மனதிலே ஒரு கோர்வை வந்துவிடும். நாளை இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வழக்கு வரும்பொழுது உங்களுக்கு எந்த இடத்திற்கு சென்று சட்டத்தை நாட வேண்டும் என்பது தெரிந்துவிடும். அது உங்கள் வேலையை சுமூகமாக செய்ய உதவும். அதை கட்டாயமாக மேற்கொள்ளுங்கள். நீங்கள் தான் இந்த நீதிமன்றத்துக்கு எதிர்காலம். அதை விட்டுவிடாதீர்கள். என்னுடைய உரையை முடித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். அதற்கு முன்பு ஓரிரு கருத்துக்கள். தொடர் கல்வியை வழக்கறிஞர் சங்கம் நியமிக்க வேண்டும். நீதிபதிகளுக்கு ஜுடிஷியல் அகாடமிகள் இருக்கின்றன. வழக்கறிஞர்கள் சங்கம் நினைத்தால் தொடர் கல்வி பல துறைகள் இப்பொழுது வந்திருக்கின்றன. முதலில் சிவில், கிரிமினல் என்ற 2 துறைகள் இருந்தன. திவால் சட்டம் இருக்கிறது, பலவிதமான சட்டங்கள். அதில் நீங்கள் புலமை பெற வேண்டும். நீங்கள் புலமை பெற்றால்தான் நீதிபதிகளை நீங்கள் வழக்கை நடத்தும் பொழுது அவர்களை உதவ முடியும். அவர்களும் அந்த உதவியால் தான் நல்ல தீர்ப்புகளை வழங்க முடியும். அதனால் தொடர் கல்வியை மேற்கொள்ளுங்கள், கைவிட்டு விடுவாதீர்கள். இதையெல்லாம் கூறிவிட்டோம். தெய்வப்புலவரை மறந்துவிட முடியுமா? தெய்வப்புலவரின் குரலை சொல்லாமல் உரையை முடிக்க முடியுமா? நீதிபதிகள் அனைவரும், நாம் அனைவரும் திருவள்ளுவர் அவர்களின் மறக்க முடியாத ஓர்ந்து கண் ஓடாது இறை புரிந்து யார் மாட்டும் தேர்ந்து செய்வதே முறை என்ற குரலை நினைவு கொண்டு மேற்கொண்டு நடவடிக்கைகளை செய்து இந்த அமர்வு நீதிமன்றத்தை பல பல உயர்ந்த பகுதிக்கு எடுத்து சென்று விடுவீர்கள் என்று எனக்கு நம்பிக்கை இருக்கிறது. Chief and honorable judges, I was only quoting Thiruvalluvar, who said, to examine into, to show no favor, to desire to act with impartiality towards all, and to inflict punishment as may be wisely resolved, is the duty of a judge. நாம் அனைவரும் அதை மேற்கொள்வோம். நீங்கள் மேலும் மேலும் வெற்றியடைய உங்களை வாழ்த்துகிறேன். வாய்ப்பளித்தமைக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி.
Thank you, Lordship, for sharing your Lordship's greetings on this great occasion.
மாண்புமிகு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்ற மதுரை அமர்வின் 20வது ஆண்டு நிறைவு விழாவை கொண்டாடும் வகையில் அமைக்கப்பட்டுள்ள நினைவு தூணை நமது மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்ற தலைமை நீதியரசர் dy சந்திரசூட் அவர்கள் தங்கள் பொற்கரங்களால் காணொளி காட்சி வாயிலாக திறந்து வைக்க அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
We are in immense pleasure in inviting the Honorable Dr. Justice dy Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, to kindly inaugurate the Bicentennial celebrations and unveil Bicentennial Stupa erected at the Madurai bench through video conferencing. Thank you, my lord.
மாண்புமிகு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்ற மதுரை அமர்வின் பெயர் பலகையை தனது திருக்கரங்களால் திறந்து வைக்க மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் திரு M.M. சுந்தரேஷ் அவர்களை அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
We now invite Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly open the board in marked change of nomenclature as Madras Uyarnidhimandram Madurai Amarvu. Thank you, my lord.
இந்திய மக்களின் நம்பிக்கை ஒளியாக திகழும் மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்றம் உட்பட அனைத்து நீதிமன்றங்களிலும் 21ஆம் நூற்றாண்டில் இந்திய நீதித்துறையில் தகவல் மற்றும் தொழில்நுட்பத்தில் வியத்தகு மாற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்திய நாயகர், சாமானியனும் நீதிமன்ற தீர்ப்புகளை அறிந்து கொள்ள தாய்மொழியில் மொழிபெயர்த்தவர், இன்று நீதித்துறையின் உயர் உள்ளங்கள் கொண்டாடும் நமது மாண்புமிகு உச்ச நீதிமன்ற தலைமை நீதியரசர் டாக்டர் dy சந்திரசூட் அவர்களை தொடக்க உரை ஆற்ற பணிவன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
A great revolution has become possible in Indian judiciary, commensurate to the judiciary in developed countries, only because of tireless effort of
May we request our Honorable Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge Supreme Court of India, to offer his Lordship's felicitation.
நீரறியும் நெருப்பறியும் நிலமறியும் தமிழினியல் அன்னை தமிழுக்கு முதல் வணக்கம். When a decision was made, let me speak in Tamil. இந்த விழாவை நடத்த வேண்டும் என்று முடிவு செய்தபோது எனது அருமை சகோதரர் மகாதேவன் அவர்கள் தலைமை நீதிபதியை அழைக்க வேண்டும் என்று என்னிடம் ஒரு வேண்டுகோள் விடுத்தார். உடனே அவரை தொடர்பு கொண்ட பொழுது நான் இப்பொழுது விமானத்துக்கு உள்ளே இருக்கிறேன், கீழே இறங்கி வந்த பிறகு உங்களிடம் தொடர்பு கொண்டேன்னு சொன்னார். என்னை எப்பொழுதும் அன்போடும் பாசத்தோடும் சுந்தர் என்று தான் கூப்பிடுவார். விமானத்திலிருந்து இறங்கி வந்த பொழுது உடனே என்னை அலைபேசியில் தொடர்பு கொண்டார். அழைத்த காரணத்தை சொன்ன பொழுது, நீ சொல்லிவிட்டாய், அதுவும் மதுரைக்கு அழைத்திருக்கிறாய், இப்பொழுதே என்னுடைய ஒப்புதலை உனக்கு அளிக்கிறேன் என்று சொன்னார். My sincere thanks and gratitude to you, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud. நீதியரசர் கவாய் அவர்கள் ஒரு வித்தியாசமான மனிதர். அவரை போல் ஒரு மனித நேயம் கொண்ட ஒரு உள்ளத்தை நான் இதுவரையும் பார்த்ததில்லை. நான் சொல்லுவது அத்தனையும் உண்மை. யாருக்கும் முடியாது என்று சொல்ல மனமில்லாத ஒரு மாபெரும் மனிதர். உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது, கிட்டத்தட்ட அக்டோபர் மாதம் வரை அவருக்கு எந்த விதமான தேதியும் இல்லை. டில் அக்டோபர் இஸ் டேட்ஸ் ஆர் filled up. ஆனால் நான் கேட்டுக்கொண்ட பொழுது, நீ அழைத்து விட்டாய், மற்ற வேலைகளை நான் தவிர்த்து உனக்காக வருகிறேன் என்று சொன்னார். அது அவருடைய உயர்ந்த உள்ளத்தையும் பெருந்தன்மையும் காட்டுகிறது. மை ஹார்ட்டி வெல்கம் டு ஹானரபிள் ஜஸ்டிஸ் கவாய். அடுத்ததாக நான் அழைத்தது ஜஸ்டிஸ் சூரியகாந்த். அதற்கு மேல் ஒருபடி போய் அவர் சொன்னார், எங்கே எப்பொழுது வர வேண்டும் என்பது நீ முடிவு செய் என்று சொன்னார். I am extremely grateful to you, Honorable Justice Suryakanth. இவர்களெல்லாம் அழைத்த பிறகு எனது அருமை சகோதரர் விஸ்வநாதனை அழைத்தேன். தம்பி உடையான் படைக்கஞ்சான் என்பது ஒரு பழமொழி. என்னுடைய 6 தம்பிகளில் விஸ்வநாதன் ஒருவர். அவருக்கும் ஒரு சிரமம். இன்றைக்கும் நாளைக்கும் வேறொரு இடத்துக்கு செல்ல வேண்டிய ஒரு கட்டாயம். நான் சொன்னேன், விசு, நீ இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு வந்தே ஆக வேண்டும் என்று. இரவு 10 மணிக்கு கூப்பிட்டு, பிரதர் நான் கட்டாயம் வரேன்னார். மற்றவர்களுக்கும் விஸ்வநாதனுக்கு ஒரு வித்தியாசம் உண்டு. தொழிலிலே நாம் எல்லாம் நினைக்க முடியாத ஒரு உயரத்தை தொட்டவர் அவர். இருந்தாலும் அந்த அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு எளிமை, ஒரு பணிவு. வள்ளுவன் சொன்னது போல, செருக்கும் சினமும் சிறுமையும் இல்லார் பெருக்கம் பெருமிதம் நீத்துன்னா வள்ளுவன். அதுதான் பணி. பதவி இருக்கப்போ பணிவு இருக்க வேண்டும். ஐ தேங்க் மை பிரதர் விஸ்வநாதன். விஸ்வநாதன் அந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு ஒத்துழைப்பது, பிரதரை எதில் பேசினார்? நான் சொன்ன கட்டாயம் நீ தமிழ் தான் பேச வேண்டும் என்று. ஏன்னா விஸ்வநாதன் வந்து அழகாக தமிழில் பேசுவார். அதை நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்க இன்றைக்கி. இன்றைய விஸ்வநாதனுடைய உச்சரிப்பு என்னை விட சிறந்ததாக இருக்கும். கடைசியாக என்னுடைய இளவல் மகாதேவன். பொறுப்பு நீதிபதி கிருஷ்ணகுமார் தலைமை நீதிபதி அவர்கள் பேசுகிற பொழுது மகாதேவனுடைய பேரை விட்டுவிட்டார். அவர், நான் நினைக்கிறேன் வேண்டுமென்றே தான் அவரை விட்டுவிட்டார் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். ஏனென்றால் கடைசியாக மறுபடியும் மகாதேவன் சொல்ல பேரை சொன்ன பொழுது ஒரு அரங்கென்றும் ஒரு அரங்கம் முழுக்க ஒரு கரகோஷம். தமிழ் என்றாலே மகாதேவன், மகாதேவன் என்றாலே தமிழ். இன்னொன்று, விஸ்வநாதனுக்கும் சுந்தரேசனுக்கும் மகாதேவனுக்கும் வித்தியாசம் இல்லை. 3 பேரும் ஒன்றுதான். ஆண்டவனின் மற்ற வெவ்வேறு பெயர்கள் தானே. இப்போ நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற விழாவை உச்சநீதிமன்றத்திலே பதவி ஏற்றுக்கொண்டாலும் மிகச்சிறப்பாக நடைபெற வேண்டும் என்ற எண்ணத்தோடு முனைந்து செய்யப்பட்டவர் மகாதேவன். என்னுடைய பாராட்டுக்கள் பொறுப்பு தலைமை நீதி கிருஷ்ணகுமார் அவர்களுக்கும் திரு சுரேஷ்கம் அவர்களுக்கும் கட்டாயம் உண்டு. எல்லோருடைய முயற்சியினால்தான் இந்த மிகப்பெரிய விழா. நான் சென்ற மாதம் வந்திருக்க பொழுது அப்பொழுதே நான் வழக்கறிஞர் மன்றத்திலே சொன்னேன், மிக கூடிய விரைவிலே ஒரு விழா எடுக்கலாம் என்று இருக்கிறேன், உங்களுடைய ஒத்துழைப்பு வேண்டும் என்று. அதற்காக பெரும் திரளாக வந்திருக்கின்ற வழக்கறிஞர் பெருவில் அனைவரையும் நான் பாராட்டி மகிழ்கிறேன். என்னுடைய சக நீதிபதி அவர்களே, தலைமை வழக்கறிஞர் PS ராமன் அவர்களே, திரு ARL சுந்தரேசன் அவர்களே, இந்த விழாவிற்காக மிக சிரமம் எடுத்து சிறப்பாக செயல்பட்டு கொண்ட அனைத்து நெஞ்சங்களை, என்னுடைய ஆரியர் நண்பன் வைத்தியநாதன் அவர்களே, அனைவருக்கும் எனது காலை வணக்கம். இந்த விழா நடத்துவதற்கு பல காரணங்கள் இருப்பதாக நான் நினைக்கிறேன். 20 ஆண்டுகள் மிகச் சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்று கொண்ட நீதிமன்றம். சகோதரர் விஸ்வநாதன் சொன்னது போல, பாராட்டு நம்முடைய செயல்பாட்டுக்கு உத்வேகமாக இருக்கின்ற ஒன்று. அதே சமயத்திலே நாம் என்ன செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று நம்மை சிந்திக்க வைக்கின்ற ஒன்று. சென்னை, மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றம் சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றம் மதுரை கிளை மதுரை அமர்வு என்று சொல்லியிருக்கிறார். மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றம் என்று சொல்வதே சிறப்பாக இருக்கும் என்று நான் நினைக்கிறேன். நான் தலைமை நீதி அவர்களிடம் பேசுகின்ற பொழுதும் மற்றவர்களிடம் பேசுகின்ற பொழுது எப்பொழுதுமே நாங்கள் மதுரையை பற்றி தான் பெருமையாக பேசுவோம். இன்னொன்று, தலைமை நீதிபதி அவர்கள் இந்த விழாவுக்கு வந்தது, அது ஒரு சிறப்பு. மற்றொரு சிறப்பு, இன்றைய தலைமை நீதிபதி மட்டுமில்லாமல் நாளைய 3 தலைமை நீதிபதிகள் இன்று இந்த விழாவுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறார்கள். அதைவிட சிறப்பான ஒன்று, இந்த விழா சகோதரர் மகாதேவன் அவர்களுக்கு ஒரு பாராட்டு விழாவாக நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஆக பல்வேறு காரணங்களுக்காக இந்த விழா ஒரு முக்கியமான விழா. மதுரைக்கு அப்படி என்ன ஒரு தனி சிறப்பு, சகோதரர் விஸ்வநாதன் அவர்கள் சொன்னார்கள். அதற்கு முன்பே மகாதேவன் அவர்கள் பேசி சென்ற பொழுது பாண்டிய மன்னர்களின் சரித்திரத்தை பற்றி சொன்னார். நீதிக்கென்று ஒரு இடம் இருக்கிறது என்றால் அது மதுரை தான். எப்பேற்பட்ட மண் இது! மதுரை மக்கள், மன்னர்கள் அனைவரும் உணர்ச்சி மிக்கவர்கள், அது உண்மை. அந்த உணர்ச்சி நீதியின் பால் கொண்ட உணர்ச்சி. பொற்கை பாண்டியன் இரவிலே மாறுவேடமிட்டு செல்கிறான் மன்னன். அங்கே அந்தணன் ஒருவன் வேலையின் நிமித்தமாக தன் மனைவியிடம் சொல்லி விடைபெற்று செல்கிறான். நான் வருவதற்கு 2-3 நாட்களாகும், நீ கவனமாக இரு. மனைவி சொன்னால், நீ போய்விட்டால் நான் எனக்கு யார் பாதுகாப்பு என்று. பாண்டியனுடைய செங்கோல் உன்னை காக்கும் என்று சொன்னான். அதன் காரணமாகத்தான் இப்பொழுது மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்திலே செங்கோல் வைத்திருக்கிறோம் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். பொருத்தமான ஒரு செயல்பாடு. இரவு பணி செய்க மன்னன் செல்கிறான். கணவன் இல்லாத வீட்டிலே இருவர் பேசுகின்ற சத்தம் கேட்டவுடன் சந்தேகத்தின் அடிப்படையிலே அந்த வீட்டின் கதவை தட்டுகிறான். அதன் பிறகு அந்த பேச்சை கேட்டவுடன் கணவன் திரும்பி வந்து விட்டான் என்று தெரிந்து கொண்டான். கணவன் கேட்கிறான், நான் இருக்கும் பொழுது இந்த இரவு நேரத்திலே யார் கதவை தட்டுவதென்று. பதில் சொல்ல மனைவிக்கு தெரியவில்லை. இந்த தர்ம சங்கடமான சூழ்நிலையை தவிர்ப்பதற்காக மன்னன் ஒவ்வொரு வீட்டு கதவையும் தட்டிவிட்டு செல்கிறான். அடுத்த நாள் காலை மக்கள் மன்னனிடம் முறையிடுகிறார்கள், யாரோ ஒரு கள்வன் எங்கள் வீட்டு கதவை தட்டிவிட்டு சென்று விட்டான் என்று. மன்னன் அவர்களிடம் கேட்டான், அவனுக்கு என்ன தண்டனை கொடுக்கலாம் என்று. மக்கள் ஏகோபித்த ஒரு குரலிலே சொன்னார்கள், அவனுடைய கையை வெட்ட வேண்டும் என்று. for the mistake committed by the accused, his hand should be chopped off. உடனே மன்னன் உரையிலிருந்து தன்னுடைய வாளை எடுத்து தன்னுடைய கையை வெட்டினான். வெட்டியது சரியா தவறா என்பது கேள்வி அல்ல. The sense of justice for a king is something what we have to appreciate. இதைத்தான் சிலப்பதிகாரத்திலே இளங்கோ பதிவு செய்கிறான். பழமொழி 400 சிலப்பதிகாரம் ஆகிய நூலில் இந்த பதிவு வருகிறது. சிலப்பதிகாரத்தை பற்றி நான் சொன்னது போல அருமை சகோதரர் விஸ்வநாதன் சொன்னார். சிலப்பதிகாரத்தை பேசுகின்ற பொழுது நம்ம கண்ணகியை பற்றி பேசுவோம். கண்ணகி இஸ் an aggrieved person, உண்மை. ஆனால் சிலப்பதிகாரத்தை நீங்கள் படித்தீர்களானால் நீதிக்கு அந்த மன்னன், மக்கள், அரசி அனைவரும் கொடுத்த முக்கியத்துவம் புலப்படும். கோவலன் கண்ணகியோடு வருகிறான். மதுரைக்கு உள்ள வர்றான், வெளியே நிற்கிறான். காட்டை தாண்டி மதுரை புறநகருக்கு வருகிறான். இரவு நேரம். இஸ் கிராசிங் தி deep wood at the night time. கொடிய விலங்குகள் இருக்கின்ற இடம். அந்த இடத்துக்கு வந்தோடனே அது இளங்கோ அதை சொல்கிற ஒரு அழகு, அது வேல்வெள் ஒளியுமும் கொடும்புட்டு அகலா, வாழ்வரி வெங்கையும் மண்கணம் மறவா, இரவும் ஓரும் இறைதேர் முதலையும் இடுக்கண் செய்யா, செங்கோல் மன்னவன் காக்கும் நாடுன்னா. Wild animals like bear, tiger, snake, crocodile, elements, nobody would touch you because here is where the rule of law is. இளங்கோனுடைய பதிப்பு அவ்வளோ ஒரு அழகு. நீதி கேட்டு கண்ணகி வந்த அது இளங்கோ வடித்திருக்கின்ற ஒரு அழகு. நான் எதுக்கு சொல்கிறேன்னா, நான் இது ஒரு இலக்கிய சொற்பொழிவாக சொல்லவில்லை. அந்த அந்த எப்படி ஒரு நீதியை மக்கள் நினைத்தார்கள், மன்னன் நினைத்தாங்கிற ஒரு ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள், தட்ஸ் ஆல். ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் எனிவேர் இன் த வேர்ல்ட் people or a king would have thought of justice to this extent. Appreciation of rule of evidence, principles of natural justice, abundant in this place. கண்ணகிரி நடந்து வருகின்ற பொழுது, when Kannagi was walking seeking justice, with the hair flowing, taking the material object in her hand, of the two jeweled anklets she is having only one. On the way she sees the sun, because sun is a natural witness. She puts a question to the sun, காய்கறி செல்வனே சொல் கல்வனோ என் கணவன். Beautiful depiction. இல்லை உன் கல்வன் இல்லை உன் கணவன். The sun deposes, because sun has to be, it is present all the time. It's a material witness. You have to, that's a presumption of shall comes in. Irritable presumption there. She enters the precincts of the palace. On the way, people are looking at her. Everybody was afraid that something is wrong is going to happen. Look at the sense of justice for the common man. Here is a lady who is walking around with tears in her eyes. This obviously something is wrong that is going to happen to the kingdom. When she enters, the soldier who was standing as a guard, he got tensed up. She says in her anger, Vailoye, Vailoye. Twice he is saying, O God, O God. And she tells him, go and tell your king that here is a lady who wishes to see him. Inayari chilambundendiya kaiyal. So material object he is having. One is with him, the other is with me. Of the two I am having. Kanavanai ilandol. You will understand. You tell him, I am a widow. He will know whom he killed. Kadayartal. When she enters, the king realized something is wrong. For two reasons. One is he had a feeling that something was wrong even before that. The entire story goes like this. The king was witnessing a dance. She was absorbed not only with the dance but also the dancer. It was noticed by the queen. அந்த ராணியுடைய மாறுகின்ற பார்வையை பார்த்தவுடன் தன் தவறை உணர்கிறான் மன்னன். Immediately he realized his mistake. That was a time when information was given to him that the person who stole the anklet of the queen has been found. To placate the queen, he retorts with the caveat. சிலம்பது திருடிய கல்வினை ஆயின் கொன்று கொணர்க அச்சிலம்பு இங்கு. If it is true, kill him and bring the anklet. Execution was carried without being heard. That night, the queen had a bad dream. In her dream, he sees that nature has completely changed itself, bringing devastation to the kingdom. The scepter is broken. There are happenings indicating trouble coming. She tells the king, because she also felt the decision was wrong. செங்கோலும் வெண்கிளையும் வெண்குடையும் விளைநிலைத்து மறிந்து வீழ்தரும் நன்கோன் வாயில் மணி நடுநடுங்க பகல் மீன்வெளும் இரவு வில்லிலும் ஈர்நான்கு திசையும் அசைந்திடும் வருவதோர் துன்பமொன்று மன்னர்க்கு யாம் இனி உரைப்போம். So they had this feeling. When Kannagi entered the portals, Ilango says that king practically died seeing her. மெய்யிற் பொடியும் விரித்த கருங்குழலும் கையில் தனிச்சிலம்பும் வையற்கோன் கண்டனனே தோற்றன் காரியை தன் சொல் உண்டனனே தோற்றனன் உயிர். By the look itself, he lost himself. By the words, he died the moment after he heard it. I don't wish to go into it. He died after she shown that ruby was the one which was found in her anklet. Realizing the injustice, he died. It is, as lawyers who know, what he did was not, strictly speaking, a murder, perhaps a culpable homicide. The queen followed because she felt that she must have been the root cause. Then after all these things, Ilango sums it up beautifully. He concludes, வல்வினை வளைத்த செங்கோல் மன்னவன் செல்லுயிர் நிமிர்த்தியது. By giving his life, the Sengol, the scepter, which was bent, has been resurrected. This is the place of justice. 20 years have gone by. அருமை சகோதரர் மகாதேவன் சொன்னது போல 25வது ஆண்டு விழாவிலே நான் இருப்பேன் இங்கு உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதிபதியாக வரமாட்டேன். அருமை சகோதரர் மகாதேவன் வந்தாலும் வரலாம். ஆனால் அருமை சகோதரர் விசுவநாதன் கட்டாயமாக இங்கே இருப்பார். உங்களுடைய சார்பாக இங்கே தலைமை பதவி இருக்கின்ற 3 நீதிபதிகளுக்கும் அவர்கள் தலைமை பதவி ஏற்ற பிறகு தலைமை நீதிபதியாக மதுரைக்கு வர வேண்டும் என்று கூறி என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துரையை முடிக்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, my lord, for excellent words. A great revolution has become possible in Indian judiciary, commensurate to the judiciary in developed countries, only because of tireless effort of our Honorable Chief Justice of India by way of implementation of e-filing, video conferencing and paperless courts. His Lordship strained every nerve to translate the judgments of Honorable Supreme Court and High Courts in regional language so as to enable the common man to understand the judgments. It is our immense pleasure to invite the Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
காலை வணக்கம். Brother Justice Bhushan Gavai, Justice Suryakant, Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, and Justice R. Mahadevan, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Justice D. Krishna Kumar, Honorable Acting Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, Justice R. Suresh Kumar, Justice S.S. Sundar, Justice R. Subramaniam, and all the honorable judges of the Madras High Court, Mr. P.S. Raman, the Distinguished Advocate General of Tamil Nadu, Mr. A.R.L. Sundareshan, the Learned Additional Solicitor General of India, members of the District Judiciary, the Bar, the Registry, and all of you present here this morning. Yesterday, day before yesterday, when we concluded the swearing-in ceremony of Brother Justice Mahadevan as a judge of the Supreme Court, we had a large contingent of lawyers who had come from Tamil Nadu. So I walked up to them over the coffee in the lounge, in the judge's lounge, and I apologized to them. So they were a little taken aback because on a happy occasion like this, when you are celebrating the appointment of a judge of the Supreme Court, why is the Chief Justice of India apologizing to us? So I said, I apologize to you for having stolen one of your finest judges to the Supreme Court. But you know, the lawyers are always one step ahead of the judges. And they said to me, Chief Justice, if you have to apologize, then you have to apologize twice, because you have to apologize for Justice Sundaresh's appointment because you have stolen him from us. But then I thought, you know, they had forgotten one more, and that was my dear colleague, Brother Vishwanathan, Vishy to all of us, because we stole him. But there is a sting in the tail, and which is that the bar of limitation applies after 1 year on the bench. In this case, of course, Brother Mahadevan was appointed and sworn in on the 18th of July 2024, Justice Vishwanathan on the 19th of May 2023, and Brother Sundaresh on 31st of August 2021. So in a sense, our apologies for having stolen two fine judges, one from the bar and one from the bench, is time barred insofar as Justice Vishwanathan and Justice Sundaresh are concerned. As everybody knows, I'm an ardent believer of the benefits of technology. Just yesterday, we saw the adverse effects of technological dependence because of the Microsoft outage, and flights all over the country were cancelled. Numerous flights from Delhi were cancelled. But I think it is a love that the people of Madurai showered upon me during my last trip that has ensured my presence amongst all of you today. As I recall my trip to Madurai last year, I am reminded of the first 3 verses of the Atichudi, written by the great Tamil poetess Avaiyar. And she says, pardon a little bit of my Marathi accent in Tamil when I speak in Tamil. And she says, Aram Seya Virumbi, Aruvadu Sinam, Eyalavadu Karavel. Have the desire to do good deeds. Anger should be reduced or controlled and help to your best possible extent. What this famous Tamil poetess said is so symbolizing the quest for justice. The first thought that she expressed brings a sense of justice, have the desire to do good deeds. The second, when she tells us to control our anger, brings about a sense of emotional equanimity, which is so important to the dispensation of justice. And the third, help to your best possible extent, highlights the need for empathy and for compassion, without which our profession cannot exist. I'm thankful to all the wonderful people I got the opportunity to interact with during my last trip here. They truly lived up to the verses and introduced me to the goodness of Tamil culture. Madurai is called Tunga Nagaram, or the city that never sleeps, because its markets are always available to cater to the throngs of people visiting it every single day. The city truly has a lot to offer to everyone, from a temple town for devotees to find solace in, to a city that never sleeps for people with an active nightlife. This reflects the inviting and hospitable culture of this great city. It is therefore no surprise that Madurai was selected to be the venue for the permanent bench of the Madras High Court. And in that sense, Madurai is an eternal symbol that justice itself never sleeps, and we demonstrated it during COVID. The tale of the Madras High Court is like that of a banyan tree. The older the banyan tree gets, the more its branches develop prop roots, and each of these prop roots is an entry into a fascinating chapter of history and legal development. A beautiful book was presented to me last evening containing the translations in English of the Naladiyar. And while reading it last night, I found this beautiful allegory from Tirukural, written in the 9th century by Jain monks. And he says that, couplet says, the quatrain states, a tiny banyan seed grows all around, provides shadow massively, and as such, even though small a gift if given to great men, would grow widespread, even wider than the sky. Article 214 of the Constitution stipulates that there shall be a high court for each state. However, one would be highly mistaken if they believed that the impact of the judgments coming out of the Madras High Court, and in particular the Madurai bench, is restricted to the state of Tamil Nadu. Lawyers, judges, and citizens across the country look at the judgments emanating out of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court with great appreciation. It is remarkable that the bar, as well as the judges of the High Court bench, have been able to establish such a reputation in a short span of only 20 years. When I became a judge of the High Court, it was a completely different universe. I was so used to arguing my cases and forgetting about the cases after judgment was reserved or the order was passed. I gradually got used to being a judge of the High Court. When I became Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court, it was a completely different universe, where you had to look after the affairs of the judiciary in the largest state in the country. When I came to the Supreme Court, it became a completely new experience. The rhythm, the music of the work of the Supreme Court is so distinct that even an experienced judge, I was 16 years into judgeship when I went to the Supreme Court, even a judge with 16 years of experience in the High Courts finds it difficult to understand and truly fathom the nature of the work of the Supreme Court, because you deal with problems from across the nation. The reason I thought I should mention this is that when the Madurai bench was established, it was essentially a district bar. And the challenges before the district bar were numerous, because from being lawyers practicing before the district court, your orientation had to shift from the problems of the district to the problems of the state, to the culture and identity of Tamil Nadu, as opposed to the identity or culture of Madurai itself. Setting up a bench of the High Court is not just about setting up buildings or setting up infrastructure or creating courtrooms or furnishing those courtrooms, though they are essential appendages to judicial work. The crucial part is about setting up conventions, about setting up traditions, which will endure for the future. And I dare say that in the last 20 years, the Madurai bench has made that transition into truly being a representative of the great traditions of the Madras High Court. Increasingly, young lawyers from the Madurai bench have expressed and have demonstrated their ability to don office as judges of the High Court. So the development of the bar in Madurai and the increasing stake that lawyers from Madurai have in assuming judicial office in the higher echelons of the judiciary in the state truly reflects that transition of what was essentially a district bar into a bar which represents the voice not just of the state of Tamil Nadu, but the voice of the bar across India. The Madras High Court was one of the first high courts established under the rule of the East India Company. It was to have jurisdiction over Fort St. George, inhabited primarily by white traders and company men, and the city of Madras Patam, inhabited primarily by what we were then called as the natives. This High Court has witnessed many crucial events throughout our national history. However, its origin as a presidency town, High Court, ensured that the location was convenient to the traders of the East India Company and not the people of the erstwhile Madras province or the present-day Tamil Nadu. After India achieved her independence and the states were constituted in their present state, the High Court of Judicature at Madras continued to ably administer justice and gifted India with some of its most prominent and erudite lawyers and judges, some of whom I have the privilege of sharing the stage with today, and many of whom are part of the audience from the bar today. Nevertheless, the location of the High Court in the far north of the state of Tamil Nadu made it inaccessible to a large part of the state. After mooting the idea of a permanent bench of the High Court to cater to the districts in the southern part of the state, a land was finally allocated for the construction of the Madurai bench. A presidential order was issued by President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in July 2004, and the bench was ultimately inaugurated on 24th of July 2004. It is with immense pride and honor that I stand before you today to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the inauguration of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. It is a day to celebrate the unwavering commitment to the cause of justice, a testament to the visionaries who conceived the institution, and a recognition of the countless individuals who have contributed to its growth and success. As we reflect upon this journey of the Madurai bench, it is imperative to acknowledge the foresight and the wisdom of those who envisioned a bench outside the principal seat at Chennai. Since I have taken over as the Chief Justice of India, I have focused on the issue of accessibility of courts and making them citizen-centric. One of the facets of accessibility is overcoming language and distance barriers between the citizens and the courts. Key initiatives have been taken to address both these facets, like the translation of cases in regional languages and developing the infrastructure of e-courts and virtual hearings. Benches of the High Court, like the Madurai bench, seeded this very idea of bringing justice as close to the doorsteps of the citizens as possible. What better way for us as judges of the Supreme Court to reach out to every corner of the state of Tamil Nadu than by insisting that our judgment should be translated into Tamil. Nearly 2,000 judgments of the Supreme Court are translated into Tamil. And I do believe that this translation is not merely for us to reach out to citizens who are residing in this state in respect of cases decided by us pertaining to the state of Tamil Nadu, but that our work across the nation should be brought home in every regional language which is recognized by the Constitution. And I do hope that access to the judgments of the Supreme Court in Tamil will enable us as judges of the Supreme Court to reach out to lawyers across the state, to enable us to reach out to citizens across the state, to remind them that we exist for you and you primarily. It is said that we hold this earth we hold this earth not as an inheritance from our ancestors, but in debt for our future generations. I've always believed that when it comes to the role of courts, it is not only the hope of the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker, but is also a repository of history for our future generations to adjudge us. Our time on earth may be borrowed, but our deeds are immortal. I call our courts a repository of history because the cases that come before a court reflect the social milieu and the contemporary issues that face society. They also reflect how judges react to these issues. A court is remembered well for upholding the rule of law and ensuring that the arc of the universe keeps bending towards justice. The Madurai bench has not simply dispensed justice. It has been a catalyst for positive social change. The Madurai bench has made great strides by recognizing the rights of transgender people to marry. It has also covered a gray area in the law by extending women-centric laws and the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act of 2013 to afford protection to transgender and intersex women. The Madurai bench of the Madras High Court has also addressed the region's unique environmental concerns and human rights issues. This success story is a testament to the collective efforts of the judiciary, the bar, and the dedicated support staff. The learned judges who have graced this bench with their wisdom and dedication enriched the legal landscape. The legal fraternity, with its advocacy and cooperation, has been instrumental in ensuring that justice prevails. The Madurai bench has also ensured transparency and accountability in its functioning. This bench has been at the forefront of judicial reform, embracing technology and streamlining process to expedite the dispensation of justice. Courts are one of the biggest guzzlers of paper. I remember dealing with a case before the Supreme Court and increasing access to courts through virtual hearings and e-filings. We sought the details of virtual hearings conducted and the procedure required to avail the facility from all high courts and tribunals across India. I was delighted to see that while other affidavits sought to justify the lack of accessible hearings, the Madras High Court and the Madurai bench have diligently allowed for such hearings to be made available to all since April 2023. The Madurai bench has endeavored to reduce pendency, minimize delays, and ensure that every litigant, irrespective of their social or economic status, receives a fair hearing. As we inaugurate the Vigentennial Stupa to commemorate 20 years, we also contribute to the streak of development of this High Court. We are also committing to establish around 100 new e-Seva Kendras in the southern and northern districts of Tamil Nadu. These initiatives will allow the court to work more effectively and accessibly. Just like how the working of the court leaves an indelible mark on the way it is remembered in history, the infrastructure of a court dictates the ability of the bar, the bench, and the court staff to contribute to their duties and the common good. It has long been established that the architecture, facilities, and navigation tools available in the premises of the High Court directly impact the ability of the employees to provide citizen-centric services. If a building is unappealing, difficult to navigate, and ridden with unnecessary barriers, it will reflect in the treatment and thinking of the staff towards the citizens. But if the courts work in an accessible, inviting, and citizen-friendly architecture, it will enhance the faith and trust of the citizens in the judiciary. I remember coming to the Madurai bench for the foundation stone laying ceremony of the administrative block. The various facilities here, such as the library, ICT, that is Information and Communications Technology, and Internet infrastructure, chambers, mediation center, and the green cover around the High Court complex are breathtaking. The modern infrastructure, including state-of-the-art technology, ensures that we are at the forefront of judicial innovation. The facilities for litigants, witnesses, and the public have been designed with their comfort and convenience in mind. The Madurai bench of the High Court is no stranger to leading the way when it comes to social change. It has the distinction of being the first High Court campus in the South to install a justice clock. The justice clock is a reminder that every minute that a judge sits away from the bench is a minute when a case is added to the backlog. The justice clock is a reminder that every minute when a lawyer asks for an adjournment, it adds to the pendency of cases before the court. The justice clock allows litigants and the court to track case pendency and strategize case management and disposal. This year, we also saw the remarkable feat of the inauguration of the Disaster Recovery Center of the High Court of Delhi at the Madurai bench for regular backup of data and software of the High Court of Delhi. The Delhi High Court is depending upon the Madurai bench for the disaster recovery of its data. This will ensure the continuous availability and security of data against potential disruptions or data loss. So the next time a lawyer from Delhi engages in a friendly competition about the development of the bar in Delhi and the Madras High Court, you can say that even Delhi looks at Madurai when it gets into trouble. While looking at our growth and reflecting on our achievements, I would like to re-agitate an issue facing our legal fraternity. This is the remuneration which is paid to lawyers at the entry level by their seniors. At a personal level, I believe that senior members of the bar must promote talent and help junior lawyers by giving them a dignified amount to sustain themselves as well. But at a systemic level, I believe that the low amounts ranging from rupees 5,000 onwards per month lead to gatekeeping of our profession. The usual defense by recruiting chambers or lawyers for such low pay is that the first few years of a young associate's character or career is a learning stage where the senior mentors them. Please shed away this paternalistic approach. It is only apt that I quote a Tirukural. And the Tirukural is as follows. Thalatri Thanda Porulelam Thakarakku Velanamai Setar Puruttu, which means that all the wealth that the good men of this world accumulate must be distributed to deserving people around them. I think all of us seniors must shed the idea that youngsters who come to us come to learn. Well, of course they come to learn, but they also come to teach us. Every day that I interact with my own law clerks, and one of my very distinguished law clerks, she's a young lawyer from Madurai, every day that I interact with my law clerks, I learn so much more, I believe, from them than I can share with them. Because the day-to-day and the future truly belongs to the young in our society. And it is to the young, as we look to the young in our families to teach us so much that we know or know not about life, it is to the young in the legal profession that we turn to understand the contemporary realities of our times. The idea underlying the underpayment of young lawyers in the name of exposure and mentorship reminds me of a 19th century American author by the name of Horatio Alger. The unique selling point of this novel was the premise of a poor boy who would rise to success through sheer hard work. His frequent and repetitive use of the same storyline led to the phrase, the Horatio Alger myth. It is the idea that anyone can rise above their circumstances to to achieve success through sheer hard work and sound ethic. But this is hardly ever true. Hard work and sound ethics are vital to every person's growth. But to brush aside the systemic social and economic barriers is an unnecessary oversimplification of how success is achieved. Not all those who fail to do so only because of personal moral failures. Some are failed by their inability to draw from their family wealth in their initial years of practice. This over-romanticization of hard work, especially work without sufficient pay, is not merely rhetorical. It leads to people being expected to work for long hours with less sleep and for lesser monetary value. As the famous saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. Similarly, it takes the entire bar to raise competent lawyers unfettered by their social or economic background. And I think the true merit of the history of the Madurai bench is not just about dispensing justice to this region, but about allowing lawyers from marginalized segments of society to prosper and to share in the success story of Tamil Nadu. And I do believe that the true worth of the work which has been done over the last 20 years by the Madurai bench lies precisely in this, that it has allowed the democratization of the legal profession. Therefore, I hope that the erudite and scholarly influence which the Madras High Court has had over the Indian legal landscape also propels it to lead the way in enhancing the dignitary and monetary remuneration provided to young lawyers at the bar. Today's youngsters are sharp, hardworking, and hungry for work. Interact with them about their approach towards the law. You will be spellbound by the fresh approach that they bring to the table. All I ask of you is to trust the youngsters at the bar with work and fairly compensate them for their hard work and long hours. Finally, before I conclude, let me say that the Madurai bench may have got the bench of the High Court just 20 years ago. But as Brother Sundaresh, very fondly called by me as Sundar, as Brother Sundaresh said, the first woman lawyer of the world, at least in mythology and Tamil literature, hailed from Madurai 1,500 years ago, 1,500 years ago. It was here in Madurai that Kannagi, the heroine of the great Tamil epic Sillappatikaram, argued her own case before a mighty king and won the case and made the Pandya king lose his life on the very throne from which he delivered a wrong judgment. Madurai has not merely been a center for Tamil Sangam and the birthplace of Tamil Sangam literature, but also the seat of gender justice. It is in Madurai that a lady named Goddess Meenakshi rules the kingdom for 4 months and thereafter transfers power to her husband, Lord Sundareshwara. When we were not able to enforce 33.33% reservation for women in the political sphere in the 21st century, Madurai showed the way for women retaining political power for 1/3 of a year and then transferring power to the king for the remainder of the year. I would say that Madurai is a place where constitutional morality was naturally ingrained in the people. It was here that Jainism flourished during the 2nd to the 4th centuries, along with Saivism, Vaishnavism, and Komaran, showing thereby that the people were naturally secular. As we celebrate 2 decades of progress, let us also recommit ourselves to the ideals that have guided us thus far. Let us uphold the highest standards of integrity, impartiality, and fairness. For the young lawyers, I will only say that every corner of your work as lawyers will provide a temptation for you. A temptation to swerve away from the path of integrity, truth, and justice. The breach of integrity, the breach of truth, and the breach in the cause of justice does not take place in very large moments of injustice, but in smaller moments which confront you every moment of your lives. Let us strive to be a beacon of hope for the people of this region. Let us work tirelessly to ensure that justice prevails. I express my heartfelt gratitude to all the judges, all the lawyers, the entire court staff for nurturing this bench of the Madras High Court over the years. God bless. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, my lord, for your lordship's vibrant speech.
நமது சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்ற மதுரை அமர்வினுடைய பொறுப்பு நீதியரசர் மாண்புமிகு திரு ஆர் சுரேஷ்குமார் அவர்களை நன்றியுரை நல்க அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
Expressing gratitude is inbuilt in our culture, having greatest virtues. We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Suresh Kumar, the Administrative Judge, Madurai Bench of Madras High Court, to propose vote of thanks.
Respected and beloved Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Viswanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice R. Magadevan, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. D. Krishna Kumar, Justice D. Krishna Kumar, the Acting Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Honorable Justice E.S. Vaidyanathan, the Chief Justice of the Meghalaya High Court, my sister and brother judges of the Madras High Court, former judges of the High Court, learned Advocate General, learned Additional Solicitor General, the law officers of the state and central, presidents, secretaries, and the office bearers of the various bar associations, learned senior advocates, judicial officers of the district judiciary, my dear young advocates, law students, the guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pride and privilege to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to all the dignitaries and the participants on this momentous occasion. Tamil is one of the classical language which has a history of more than 2,500 years. And it has been mainly written from Sangam age only at this holy city of Madurai. Such a historic and holy place where the justice dispensation system had been conceived and well established even during the days of Pandyas, who ruled this part of the country for many long years on the holy soil of goddess Meenakshi. In order to bring the justice delivery system at a higher judiciary level in this city, nearer to the people of the southern part of the state of Tamil Nadu, Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court, which was a long-felt need, was established on 24th July 2004. The Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court has completed 20 glorious years. In these long 20 years, it has sincerely contributed remarkably towards march of law. It has groomed many lawyers who are now in the forefront in the legal system, and it has also contributed to a considerable extent in settling various legal issues which had come up for its consideration. In order to cherish the memories of the path that the Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court has taken in these 2 decades, and also to celebrate marking the completion of 20 glorious years of its establishment, this memorable and mammoth function of bicentennial celebrations has been organized. By giving his participation, our beloved Honorable Chief Justice of India has made all of us proud, as he has come all the way to participate in this glorious function. On behalf of the Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court, I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to our Honorable Chief Justice of India. The Honorable Justice B.R. Gawai, the Honorable Judge of the Supreme Court of India, has also consented to participate in the function, and he has also come all the way and he is participating in the function
both in the first session as well as in the valedictory session. I express my sincere thanks to Lordship Honorable Justice B.R. Gavai. Honorable Justice Suryakant also has consented to participate in this function, and he has all the way come to Madurai and is gracing the occasion in participating both the sessions of these bicentennial celebrations, and I express my sincere thanks to the Honorable Justice Suryakant. Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge of the Supreme Court of India, is from Tamil Nadu, and he has a great attachment with the legal fraternity of the entire Tamil Nadu. Like that, the recently elevated our beloved Justice Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge of Supreme Court of India, is not only a versatile legal personality, but also a Tamil scholar and has a great knowledge in Tamil literature, especially the Sangam literature. Both these honorable judges of the Supreme Court have given great encouragement to all of us in the higher judiciary in Tamil Nadu, and their encouragement in shaping these bicentennial celebrations of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is immense. But for that unstinted support, this mammoth and memorable function would not be possible. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh and Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan. Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Viswanathan is also a son of Tamil Nadu, and he is also a renowned legal personality who has also been keeping the flag of Tamil Nadu high at New Delhi, both as a lawyer and presently as a judge of the Supreme Court. He has consented to participate in this function and has come all the way to participate in the function. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Viswanathan. Sister and brother judges of the Madras High Court, especially at Madurai bench, have given a complete support to me for working for this function in a befitting manner. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to my sister and brother judges in the Madurai bench and also at the principal seat at Chennai. The Public Works Department has worked tirelessly in the last couple of weeks. They had been continuously working both in the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court as well as in this function venue. Without their cooperation and hard work, such a massive arrangement could not have been made in time. I express my sincere thanks for their support. Madurai Corporation and its commissioner also has given their fullest cooperation, as this venue belongs to the Corporation of Madurai. It has been made ready from their part and delivered to us. Corporation people have worked day and night to make this venue to have this mammoth function. So my thanks to the Madurai Corporation also. Like that, the police department headed by the Commissioner of Police, Revenue Department headed by the District Collector have also given fullest cooperation. So they also to be sincerely thanked. That apart, my sincere thanks to other departments like Fire Service Department and Health Department also. Apart from these agencies, the Registry of the Madras High Court at Madurai bench and also at the principal seat has worked in tandem to make this function every success. I sincerely thank the entire registry people of the Madras High Court. Also, I express my thanks and gratitude to everyone who contributed in many ways and given their fullest cooperation to the Madras High Court at Madurai bench to have this function a grand success. The involvement and the participation of the bar members, both seniors as well as juniors, has made this function great success, and on behalf of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, I express my sincere thanks to the entire bar members who have come and participated in this momentous occasion. This Thanksgiving is not a formality sake, but it is a real gratitude to all the stakeholders who have immensely worked towards this historic celebration of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, and everyone who have made such a contribution towards this successful event are to be thanked. I once again express my sincere thanks and gratitude to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. With this, we conclude our inaugural session. You are all requested to join us for high tea. The volunteers are requested to please guide our guests to the respected enclosures for high tea, and all are requested to reassemble in 15 minutes for valedictory session.
Lawyers, guests, since we are out of time, running out of time. Therefore, the tea break originally planned for 30 minutes. Now we decide to reduce it to 15 minutes. Please kindly have your tea and come quickly to the auditorium. The next session, validity session, will start in another 15 minutes. Thank you.
ஹலோ. இரண்டாவது வரலாற்று சிறப்புமிக்க நிகழ்வு நிறைவு விழா நிகழ்வு நடைபெற இருப்பதால் ஆங்காங்கே இருக்கின்ற மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர்கள், சான்றோர் பெருமக்கள், வழக்கறிஞர்கள் அனைவரும் இந்த விழா மேடைக்கு வருமாறு உங்களை அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம். இன்னும் சில நிமிடங்களில் இரண்டாவது நிறைவு விழா நிகழ்வானது தொடங்க இருப்பதால் ஆங்காங்கே இருக்கின்ற மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர் பெருமக்கள், வழக்கறிஞர்கள் அவரவர்கள் உடனடியாக வந்து அவர்கள் இருக்கையில் அமருமாறு அன்போடு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம்.
All the audience, sir, please be seated. Keep your mobile phones in silent mode. And the next session will be in few minutes. We will start with in few minutes.
அனைவரும் அவரவர் இருக்கையில் அமருமாறு அன்போடு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அடுத்த நிகழ்வானது இன்னும் ஓரிரு மணித்துளிகளில் தொடங்க இருப்பதால் உங்கள் அலைபேசியை சுவிட்ச் ஆஃப் செய்துவிட்டு நிகழ்வில் தொடருமாறு அன்புடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அனைவரும் அமைதி காத்து தரும்படியை அன்போடு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அனைவரும் அவரவர் இருக்கையில் அமர்ந்து அமைதி காத்து தரும்படி அன்போடு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம்.
I request all the audience, please take your seat and keep your mobile phones in silent mode to ensure that there is no interruption during the session. May we commence the program, my lord?
மாண்புமிகு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்ற மதுரை அமர்வின் 20வது ஆண்டு நிறைவு விழா நிகழ்வில் வரவேற்புரை நல்க மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் திரு எஸ்.எஸ். சுந்தர் அவர்களை அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
We kindly request the Honorable Mr. Justice S.S. Sundar to deliver welcome address.
Good afternoon. This is a historic occasion and memorable day in the annals of High Court of Madras, and it is a proud moment for me, which I share with all the bar members and my brother and sister judges in Madurai. It is my unique privilege to extend a very cordial welcome to all the dignitaries. Our deep and hearty welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India. Just 2 months back, he graced our mediation program in Chennai, and your participation in this occasion at the Madurai bench is again a great honor. I welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant of India. Your illustrious career and steadfast dedication to justice have earned you the highest regard among the legal fraternity. With great admiration and deep respect, I extend a warm and heartiest welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge Supreme Court of India. Your journey from the bar to the bench has been marked by integrity, diligence, and profound dedication. Honorable Mr. Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, throughout your career, you have been a successful player of a great innings, fighting, advocating, and advancing the cause of justice. It is my pleasure to welcome you, sir. Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge Supreme Court of India, the days you spent with us are remarkable. It was you who invited and factually organized everything to this event. I am glad that you are now our guest, and I extend my welcome. I welcome Honorable Mr. Justice D. Krishna Kumar, our Acting Chief Justice, who has done a wonderful job in organizing this event. And I, along with the Krishna Kumar, our Administrative Chief in Madurai, he has also done a remarkable job. And my brother R. Subramaniam, who has now come to this stage to offer his vote of thanks. I welcome my brother and sister judges who are in Madurai and who have traveled from Chennai to grace this event. I welcome former judges, Honorable Supreme Court and High Court, who have made remarkable contribution for the establishment of this branch. I welcome Advocate General Mr. P.S. Raman, Additional Solicitor General Mr. A.R.L. Sundaresan, Additional Advocate General Mr. Ravindran, Mr. Veera Kadiravan, Mr. Tila Government Pleader, and all other law officers from Chennai and Madurai. I welcome all our registrars, other officers and staff and registry who have made great efforts in coordinating things to make this event a great success. I welcome honorable great leaders of the bar and then government officers, particularly the district collector and the commissioner of all their staffs and all their staffs. I welcome all the office bearers of Bar Association, members of bar, senior advocates, young lawyers, ladies and gentlemen, senior journalists, persons from the print and electronic media who have gathered together at this moment to join us in the Bicentennial celebration on completion of 20 years of constitution of this great and glorious institution, the Madurai bench of Madras High Court. Drawn irresistibly by the common bonds of brotherhood of law that binds us all together, our distinguished guests have been good enough to cast aside all the consideration of personal comfort and convenience and respond wholeheartedly to our invitation. This gathering of the distinguished judges, juries, and lawyers in this land of cultural heritage constitutes an impressive demonstration of unity in the realm of law. I would like to express my heartiest thanks to the state and the Union for their ungrudging help and cooperation in our efforts to make this celebration a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, my lord.
வளமதுரைக்கு வந்து விழா மேடையில் வீற்றிருக்கும் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்களை கௌரவிக்கும் நிகழ்வு.
Now it's time to honor the dignitaries on the dais.
We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice M.S. Ramesh, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice S.S. Sundar, Judge, Madras High Court. எத்தனாவதுன்னு சொல்லி Thank you, my lords. We now request the Honorable Mr. Justice P. Velmurugan, Judge, Madras High Court, to present the shawl, garland and memento to the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subramanian, Judge, Madras High Court. Thank you, my lords. We now request Mr. Gandhiraj, Special Government Pleader, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice S.S. Sundar, Judge, Madras High Court. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. Maharajan, Special Government Pleader, to honor the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subramanian, Judge, Madras High Court. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, sir. We now request Ms. Jacinda Martin, Registrar Vigilance, to present the shawl, garland and memento to Mr. P.S. Raman, Advocate General of Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir and ma'am. We now request Sri Ramajayam, Additional Registrar Vigilance, to present the shawl, garland and memento to Mr. A.R.L. Sundareshan, Additional Solicitor General of India. Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. Selvendran, Special Government Pleader, to honor Mr. P.S. Raman, Advocate General of Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. Saji Bino, Special Government Pleader, to honor Mr. A.R.L. Sundareshan, Additional Solicitor General. Thank you, sir.
இந்த வரலாற்று சிறப்புமிக்க நிகழ்வினுடைய அடுத்த நிகழ்வாக வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க இந்திய அரசினுடைய கூடுதல் சொலிசிட்டர் ஜெனரல் திரு ஏஆர்எல் சுந்தரேசன் அவர்களை அன்புடன் அழைக்கிறோம்.
We now invite Mr. A.R.L. Sundaresan, Additional Solicitor General of India, to deliver felicitation.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை மதிய வணக்கம். My Lord, the Honorable Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Chief Justice of India, who has just left. My Lord, the Honorable Mr. Justice Gawai, Judge, Supreme Court of India. My Lord, Honorable Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India. My Lord, Honorable Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. My Lord, Honorable Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. My Lord, Honorable Justice R. Mahadevan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. My Lord, the Acting Chief Justice, Justice D. Krishna Kumar, the Honorable Administrative Judge, Honorable Justice R. Suresh Kumar, Honorable Justice R. Subramaniam, Honorable Justice S.S. Sundar, all the Honorable Judges sitting and retired of our High Court, my dear friend, Mr. P.S. Raman, the Advocate General of Tamil Nadu, the Chair, the President, Secretary and Office Bearers of various bar associations, the Additional Advocate Generals and Law Officers of the State, the Deputy Solicitor Generals and Law Officers of the Central Government, my dear members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored and feel privileged to have been given the opportunity of offering the felicitations during the bicentennial celebrations of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, marking the completion of 20 years of its establishment. I am happy to participate in this event for at least two reasons. Firstly, my father, Dr. Justice A.R. Lakshmanan, as he then was a member of the Administrative Committee which performed the preliminary work for constitution of the bench at Madurai, and was also a member of the Administrative Committee which chose the site at Ulaganeri where the bench of the High Court has been established. Secondly, I was born in Madurai. Though I was brought up in Chennai, I was the last child in the family and some family planning had to be done and my mother was brought here and therefore I was born here. Today, we are celebrating the completion of 20 years of establishment of the bench of the Madras High Court. After the establishment of the institution, which has grown leaps and bounds from where it started with baby steps at the time of its establishment in 2004. It seems as if we started just a few years ago. Time has flown so fast that even though it seems as if the bench was established just a few years ago, it is almost just 4 days short of 20 years. To speak about the advantages all of us have gained by establishment of this bench, to start with, the state of Tamil Nadu being a very large state with a distance from one end to the other spanning 1,076 kilometers and about 1,30,058 square kilometers, there was an imminent necessity for establishing a bench of the High Court at some part of the state which is easily accessible to the lawyers and the litigant. Madurai, being at a distance of about 440 kilometers from the capital of the state, it was found to be the best suited place for establishing the bench. Accordingly, the bench was established in 2004. With the passage of 20 years, the achievements this bench has made has proved positive the idea with which the bench was constituted. It deserves to be noted that several members of the bar practicing primarily at Madurai bench of the High Court have been elevated as honorable judges of the Madras High Court. To name a few, Honorable Justice P. Jyothimani, Honorable Justice S. Nagamuthu, Honorable Justice T. Raja, who retired as Acting Chief Justice of the High Court, Honorable Justice R.S. Ramanathan, Honorable Ms. Justice K. Suguna, Honorable Justice S.S. Sundar, Honorable Justice Nisha Banu, Honorable Justice G.R. Swaminathan, Honorable Justice Srimati, Honorable Justice Pugalendi, Honorable Justice Vijay Kumar, and Honorable Justice Victoria Gauri, and latest Honorable Justice K.K. Ramakrishnan were elevated while they were actively practicing before the Madurai bench on the basis of the merit of their performance. And I am confident that there will be many more from the Madurai bench to adorn the High Court. Apart from the number of members of the bar who have been elevated to the bench, it also deserves mention that Madurai bar has produced several reputed designated senior advocates. After constitution of the Madurai bench, to my recollection, at least 25 designated senior advocates have come from this bench. It is purely on the strength of the acumen and the service rendered by them in the profession as members practicing in the Madurai bench. Madurai bench exercises jurisdiction over 14 districts in the state of Tamil Nadu. It handles all types of cases other than original site jurisdiction in civil suits. The members of the bar have equipped themselves thoroughly to handle all types of cases by themselves, be it habeas corpus petitions, civil writ petitions, direct tax, indirect tax, first appeals, second appeals, criminal revision cases, quash petitions, whatever. By passage of time, there is no dearth of quality in the performance of the members of the bar of the bench. They are second to none. They no more need the services or assistance of advocates or seniors from outside. They are self-sufficient, having their own well-equipped library, including very many e-libraries. The bar deserves to be mentioned here, has conducted several classes for members who desire to move over to the judiciary for judicial service. It deserves to be noted in this context that in the last few selections for appointment in the subordinate judiciary in the state of Tamil Nadu, the percentage of selected candidates from southern districts is more than the percentage of candidates who were selected from the other districts. From among the members of the bar practicing before Madurai bench and the principal bench, if it is seen, the candidates who have been selected from the Madurai bench outnumber the candidates who have been selected from the principal bench. All this is due to the continuous regular coaching classes conducted by the bar and the benefit that has flown from it to the members of the bar. The members of the bar are very active, not only in their professional services before the honorable courts, but also in disseminating knowledge to the younger generation and equipping and nurturing the juniors to take up the task in the years to come. As the Honorable Chief Justice said in the morning, it is the duty of the seniors to bring it up for the juniors and encourage them. That is being done very well by the members of the bar here. All the seniors take care of their juniors very well. I feel proud to say, ever since the Madurai bench was constituted in the year 2004, having large work from number of southern districts, half of my briefs, which were handled by me then, had to be transferred to Madurai. I had to and did open an office at Madurai. Ever since 2004, we still continue to have the office here. Even though initially there was a sense of disheartening and difficulty faced in splitting of the cases on account of formation of the bench, by passage of time, we have realized the advantages that has blossomed out of the formation of the bench, it has outweighed the disadvantages, if any, that many have felt at the time of inception of the bench. All this has happened not because of one person or two persons. All quarters have supported the establishment and growth of the bench. Government was kind enough to provide a large expanse of land at Ulaganeri, an excellent building and all infrastructure for establishment of the court. The members of the bar at Madurai have very quickly equipped themselves to serve the litigants coming with different types of cases at the High Court level. As the Honorable Chief Justice said, from the district bar, they had to lift themselves up to the High Court level, and that was done in no time. Apart from some of the honorable judges who sit at Madurai on a regular basis, many of the honorable judges from the principal bench on rotation basis for terms of 3 to 4 years, have left their family and children and have come here to see that the work in the Madurai bench is not second to any other high court. The staff of the high court from the principal bench have also accepted transfers from time to time to Madurai bench without much grumbling. The net result, by the concerted work of all, justice delivery system at Madurai has been the best. Justice, if not at the doorsteps, at least within accessible distance, has been truly achieved at Madurai from the year 2004 and is being achieved day in and day out at Madurai. It is only due to the concerted efforts and support from the government, the principal bench, the members of the bar, the staff, and the advocate clerks, and all the stakeholders that the bench has functioned to the satisfaction of all for the past 20 years. I am confident that I would not be wrong to say that Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is called as a bench only because Madras High Court at Madras is called as the principal seat. But for the name principal seat and Madurai bench, I see there is no perceivable difference between the principal bench and Madurai bench. And Madurai bench is certainly no less than the principal bench on all parameters: performance of the advocates, filing of cases, disposal of cases, quality of judgments, and all. Madurai bar has also well equipped itself in the past 20 years and is next to none in the whole country. I wish and pray that the Madurai bench, which is 20 years old as of now, will grow from strength to strength and deliver justice to the needy litigants for all times to come with the same sense of satisfaction, and congratulate all involved in setting up of the bench and administration of this institution. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
அடுத்த நிகழ்வாக மூத்த வழக்கறிஞர் தமிழக அரசினுடைய தலைமை வழக்கறிஞர் திரு P.S. ராமன் அவர்களை வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க அன்புடன் அழைக்கிறோம்.
We invite Mr. P.S. Raman, Advocate General of Tamil Nadu, to offer felicitation.
My Lord, Honorable Justice Gawai, Justice Suryakant, Justice Sundaresh, Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Justice Mahadevan, Judges of the Supreme Court, Honorable Acting Chief Justice, Justice Krishna Kumar, Justice Sundar and Justice R. Subramaniam, Judges of the High Court who are adorning the dais, my friend Mr. A.R.L. Sundaresan, Additional Solicitor General, Honorable Judges of the Madras High Court who have graciously come in such large numbers, and likewise the Honorable Retired Judges of the Madras High Court, fellow office bearers of the state as well as the central government, office bearers and members of the Bar Council and other professional associations in Madras High Court and the Madurai bench, members of the registry, senior advocates, brothers and sisters of the bar, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். காலை has become afternoon. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers of this function for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to offer my felicitations on the occasion of the completion of 20 years of establishment of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. As lawyers, we learn something every day, and today I learned that I learned that the 20th anniversary is called a Vijayatential celebration. While Googling this word to get the exact pronunciation, I also found that when something lasts 20, it is called Vicinium. The invitation card had kindly given me 10 minutes, but I will not take up that much time. The reason is that 3 distinguished judges of the Apex Court are to follow me, and I am sure the audience here is waiting for their felicitations, and more importantly for the launch of the 100 E-Seva Kendras in the southern and northern districts of Tamil Nadu, which is to follow shortly. The city of Madurai has always held a special pride of place for every Tamilian, and its importance stems from 3 special reasons. Firstly, geographically, it is almost the center of Tamil Nadu. Secondly, it is the home of the great Pandya dynasty. And thirdly, it is the temple city of India. Culturally, it is the home of Silappathigaram, of which we have heard a lot in the earlier part of the morning, the tale of Kannagi, and thus the word Madurai conjures up several geopolitical cultural references. Personally speaking, being a foodie, I may add a fourth important aspect of Madurai, namely the outstanding food it has to offer, particularly if you are not a vegan. Since 1956, when the reorganization of states took place, the then Madras presidency was split up and the state of Madras remained while other parts were ceded to the neighboring states of Andhra, Kerala and Karnataka. When these territorial trifurcation happens, there are bound to be some incongruities. For example, with Chennai as the capital of Tamil Nadu, the border to the state of Andhra Pradesh is just 40 kilometers, whereas the southernmost part of Tamil Nadu, namely Rameshwaram, is close to 600 kilometers. With such distances, even judicial administration becomes a challenge. In such situations faced by larger states, the establishments of circuit benches had been resorted to, and thereafter establishment of regular benches. This is particularly so in the case of Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh. Taking the cue from there, towards the fag end of the last millennium, the judicial administration of this state set in motion a proposal to examine the establishment of a permanent bench outside of Chennai, and Madurai became the venue of choice. With the support of the Supreme Court, the central and state governments, the proposal became a reality, and it was truly an eventful day when Justice A.S. Anand, the then Chief Justice of India and a former Chief Justice of Madras High Court, laid the foundation stone for establishing the Madurai bench at Ulaganeri on 13th of April 2000. It was indeed befitting because I am told that traditionally Ulaganeri was the site of the Padinattampadi Panchayat, which was the domestic dispute resolution system of yore. The requirement of the extensive lands made it necessary to move little outside of town, but establishment of the connecting state and national highways overcame that problem as well. On the 24th day of July 2004, this magnificent complex was thrown open by Chief Justice Lahoti to provide justice to the millions of people of the southern part of Tamil Nadu. I was a much younger member of the bar at that time, and fortunately my opinion did not matter, for I was one of those who, though fully supporting the establishment of the Madurai bench, felt that rich jurisdiction should have been retained in the principal bench and only introduced in stages. This opinion of mine, shared by some others as well, was turning out to be a complete misconception that the jurisdiction of 226 of the Constitution is something unfamiliar to the Mofasal bar. The legal acumen and capacity of my brothers and sisters in Madurai in the initial years until today have proved that introduction of Article 226 even from the threshold was fully justified. Yes, there may have been hiccups in the initial stages, but in time, the Madurai bench has blossomed in every way, and as a gentle reminder to me, even yesterday while arguing a position in the principal bench, the leading case I cited on that point of law was that of the division bench of the Madurai bench. The practice of having senior and other judges coming to Madurai in rotation has also helped keep the fervor alive, while a few judges hailing from here have opted to stay put, quite understandably. The statistics of the cases that have been disposed of by the Madurai bench speaks for itself, and I am sure that all the persons who had conceived of establishing this court with great foresight must today be having a content smile on their faces. For leaving out any such person, I have consciously refrained from naming any of the judges of the Madras High Court who were instrumental in establishing this institution. As the ostensible leader of the bar and as a representative of the state government in this function, I assure that both the organizations that I represent will always support and cooperate with the well-ruling and governing of this judicial establishment. I hope to come here in July 2034 for the Tri-Gentile function, meaning the 30th anniversary, which incidentally is the third word I added to my vocabulary yesterday. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
அரிய பல முன்னோடி தீர்ப்புகளை மாண்புமிகு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்திலும் மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்றத்திலும் வழங்கி நமக்கு பெருமை சேர்த்த உச்ச நீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் திரு எம் சுந்தரேஷ் அவர்களை வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க அன்புடன் அழைக்கிறோம்.
I kindly invite the Honorable Mr. Justice M. Sundaresh, Judge Supreme Court of India, to offer his lordship's felicitation.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். மேடையில் அமர்ந்திருக்கும் அனைவருக்கும் எனது சகோதரர் சுரேஷ்குமார், எஸ் சுந்தர் உட்பட என்னுடைய வணக்கங்கள். இங்கே பெரிவாரையாக வந்திருக்கின்ற அனைவருக்கும் மீண்டும் என்னுடைய வணக்கம். முக்கியமாக நீதித்துறையிலே பணியாற்றுகின்ற அனைவருக்கும், சட்டக்கல்லூரியில் படிக்கின்ற மாணவர் செல்வங்களுக்கும் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள். நான் அதிகமாக பேசப்போவதில்லை. பொதுவாக மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றம் என்றாலே என்னை பற்றி சொல்லுவதெல்லாம் எனக்கு அதிகமான ஈடுபாடு என்று சொல்லுவார்கள். அது உண்மைதான். ஏனென்றால் இந்த நீதிமன்றத்தின் வளர்ச்சியை பார்த்தவன் நான். உச்சநீதிமன்றத்திலே என்னுடைய சக நீதிபதிகளோடு பேசுகின்ற பொழுது நான் ஒன்றை மட்டும் திருப்பி அவர்கள் சொல்வேன். இங்கே வந்திருக்கின்ற மூத்த நீதிபதிகள் உட்பட வழக்கினுடைய செயல்பாடு என்று எடுத்துக்கொண்டால் சிவில் மற்றும் குற்றவியல் வழக்குகளில் சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தை விட மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றம் சிறப்பாக செயல்படுகிறது. இது நான் சொல்வதற்கு நான் எப்பவும் தயங்குவதில்லை. என்ற வழக்கறிஞருடைய செயல்பாட்டை கண்ணுற பார்த்து அறிந்தவன் நான். அந்த வகையில் வருகின்ற காலங்களில் இங்கே இருந்து அதிகமான இளம் வழக்கறிஞர்கள் உயர்நீதிமன்றத்திற்கு நீதிபதிகளாக நியமிக்க வேண்டும் என்பதில் என்னுடைய கருத்து. அதில் மாற்றமே இல்லை. ஐ ரீட்ரேட். என்றால் அத்தனை திறமை வாய்ந்த வழக்கறிஞர்கள் தகுதியோடு இங்கே காத்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இது ஒன்று. 20 ஆண்டுகள் இந்த உயர்நீதிமன்றம் சிறப்பாக பணியாற்றுவதற்காக இந்த விழா எடுத்துக்கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அதில் நாம் கடந்து வந்த பாதைகளை பார்க்க வேண்டும். நீதிபதிகளை பற்றி சொல்லுகிற போது நாம் சில வழக்கறிஞர்களை பற்றியும் சொல்லியே ஆக வேண்டும். அதில் குறிப்பாக மறைந்த ஐயா வெள்ளச்சாமியருடைய முயற்சி பாராட்டத்தக்கது. நான் இந்த ஒரு 5-6 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பு ஒரு விழாவிலே அவரோடு நான் கலந்து கொண்டேன். மிகவும் உணர்ச்சி வசப்பட்டு அந்த நிகழ்வு எப்படி நடந்தது என்று அவர் சொன்னார். இன்றைக்கும் அது பசுமரத்து ஆணி போல என்னுடைய நெஞ்சத்திலே இருக்கிறது. அவர் சொன்னார், வழக்கறிஞர் மதுரை சார்ந்த வழக்கறிஞர் எல்லாம் அழைத்து கொண்டு நான் சென்னை சென்று அங்கு இருக்கின்ற வழக்கறிஞர்களும் நீதிபதிகளையும் பார்த்த பொழுது அதற்குரிய மரியாதை எனக்கு கிடைக்கவில்லை என்று சொன்னார். மாறாக அவர்கள் எள்ளி நகையாடப்பட்டார்கள். எந்த ஒரு வெற்றிக்கு பின்னும் ஒரு கடுமையான உழைப்பு, ஒரு போராட்டம் இருக்கும். மற்றொன்று ஒன்று சொன்னார், பல முறை முயற்சி செய்துவிட்டு அந்த முயற்சிக்கு பலன் இல்லை என்ற பிறகு மனம் உடைந்து பாதிக்கப்பட்டு மதுரை மீனாட்சி அம்மன் கோயிலுக்கு சென்று அங்கே அமர்ந்தார். தெய்வத்தை வணங்கியபடியே கண்ணை மூடியபடியே ஒரு தூணிலே அவர் அமர்ந்து கொண்டிருந்த பொழுது ஒரு வயோதிக உருவம் வந்து அவர் கையை வைத்து அவரை தட்டி எழுப்பியது. அவர் விழித்து பார்த்த பொழுது அவர் அந்த பெரிய வரி ஒன்றுமே வேறு எதுவுமே அவரை கேட்காமல் ஒன்று சொன்னார். உன்னுடைய முயற்சி தொடர வேண்டும், இதற்குரிய பலன் விரைவில் கிடைக்கும் என்று. அந்த சொற்களை கேட்டவுடன் மனம் தளராது மீண்டும் தன் முயற்சியை தொடங்கினார். அத்தகையவருடைய கடுமையான உழைப்பு, போராட்டம், முயற்சி இன்று நாம் இங்கே கொண்டாடி கொண்ட மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தின் 20வது ஆண்டு விழா. இதையெல்லாம் சொல்லிவிட்டு நான் இரண்டு விஷயங்களை மட்டும் உங்களிடம் சொல்லி முடிக்கலாம் என்று இருக்கிறேன். என்றால் மூத்த நீதிபதிகள் பேச காத்துக்கொள்கிறார்கள். நான் ஆல்ரெடியே பேசிவிட்டது. இந்த விழாவிலே எனக்கு மட்டும்தான் இருமுறை பேச ஒரு சந்தர்ப்பம். ஒன்று, நீதியின் தரம் உயர வேண்டும். நீதியின் தரம் எப்படி உயரும் என்றால், ஒரு வழக்கு நீதிமன்றத்திற்கு போகின்ற பொழுது 10 நீதிபதிகளில் 9 பேர் ஒரே வகையான தீர்ப்பை தர வேண்டும். When a list goes to the court, there should be a uniform decision, irrespective of the judge. Unbridled and uncontrolled discretion given to the court is a form of injustice. This is one thing we have to ponder over. இது சிவில் வழக்குகளுக்கும் குற்றவியல் வழக்குகளுக்கும் பொருந்தும். நம்ம உரிமையில் வழக்குறதுக்கு செய்வது. குற்றவியல் வழக்கை எடுத்து கொண்டோம் என்றால், ஒரு நீதிபதி போகின்ற பொழுது நிரபராதி என்று முடிவு செய்யப்படும். மற்றொரு நீதிபதி சொல்லும் பொழுது அவர் குற்றம் என்று முடியப்படும். என்ன காரணம் என்றால், நீதிபதிகள் அவர்களுடைய எண்ணங்களே பல மாற்றம் இருக்கின்றன. கடுமையாக தண்டிக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று நினைக்கின்ற ஒரு நீதிபதி, இவன் நிரபராதி, ஆகவே அதற்கான சாத்தியக்கூறு இருக்கின்றன, எனவே அவனை விடுதலை செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற நீதிபதி, அப்படியே தண்டிக்கப்பட்டாலும் என்ன குற்றம் செய்யலாம் என்பது அடுத்த ஒரு நீதிபதி. The problems are multifold. One is with respect to the conviction and another is with respect to the sentence. In both these parts, for the same offense, we have multiple views. I am asking the arguers gathering, how is it justified? It will differ, no doubt, from background to background and fact to fact. But you should not differ from the perspective of a judge. That is the womb of injustice, in my view. We were actually perpetuating injustice. This is something the legal fraternity, including all of us, will have to think about. The second is the unexpectable mounting tendency. Again, I have spoken to all my senior brothers, including and my junior brothers also. when we speak about our achievement, நாம் சாதனைகள் பற்றி பேசுகின்ற பொழுது நாம் செய்த தவறுகளையும் நினைக்க வேண்டும். 5 கோடி வழக்குகள் தேங்கி இருக்கிறது என்றால் அதற்கு யார் காரணம்? என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அனைவரும் காரணம். நீதிபதிகள் காரணம், வழக்கறிஞர்கள் காரணம், அரசு காரணம். இந்த இத்தனை வழக்குகளை எப்படி தீர்க்க வேண்டும், எந்த முறையிலே தீர்க்க வேண்டும் என்று நினைக்க வேண்டும். இந்த 5 கோடி வழக்குகளிலே பாதிக்கு மேற்பட்ட வழக்குகள், கிட்டத்தட்ட 60-70% வழக்குகள் அரசு சம்பந்தப்பட்ட வழக்குகள். அட்வொகேட் ஜெனரல் இங்கே இருக்கார். வித்தியாசமான ஒரு அணுகுமுறை தேவை. அதுவும் குற்றவியல் வழக்குகளில். இங்கே வந்திருக்கின்ற பல வழக்கறிஞர், இங்கே இளம் மாணவர்கள் வந்திருக்கிறார்கள், இளம் வழக்கறிஞர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள். குற்றவியல் வழக்கில் ஒருவன் குற்றம் சாட்டப்பட்டால் அதனுடைய சிரமங்கள் என்பது என்ன என்பது ஒரு சிலருக்கு தான் புரியும். வாழ்க்கை செல்லுகின்ற திசையே அங்கே மாறிவிடும். குற்றவியல் வழக்கில் நாம் நீதிமன்றத்தில் தீர்க்கின்ற பொழுது அவன் ஏன் அதை செய்தான் என்பதை நினைப்பதில்லை, எதற்காக செய்கிறான் என்பதை நினைப்பதில்லை. ஒன்றை நாம் மறந்துவிடக்கூடாது. எந்த ஒரு குற்றத்துக்கும் ஒரு காரணம் இருக்கும். அதற்கு அவன் மட்டும் காரணமல்ல, அவன் வளர்ந்த இடம், வளர்ந்த மண், வளர்கின்ற சமுதாயம். மிகச்சிறந்த மூத்த நீதிபதிகள் வந்திருக்கிறார்கள். அவர்களுக்கெல்லாம் இதே சிந்தனை தான். We need to introspect and find why crime happens in a particular way, in a particular place, in a particular group. Are the children not inheritors of crime? If they inherit crime, what is their fault? Are we actually following reformative justice as against retributive justice? This is something we should seriously consider. ஸோ உங்கள் எல்லாத்துக்கும் அந்த ஒரு கேள்வியை கேட்டுவிட்டு நான் முடித்துக்கொள்கிறேன். ஒரு மாறுபட்ட சிந்தனை, மாறுபட்ட கண்ணோட்டம் மட்டுமே ஒரு சிறந்த தீர்வாக அமையும். இன்றைக்கு இருக்கின்ற 5 கோடி வழக்குகளை நாம் மாற்றி சிந்தித்தால் பல வழக்குகளை நாம் முடித்து விடலாம். கடைசியாக ஒன்று இளம் வழக்கறிஞர்கள் நிறையா வந்திருக்கிறார்கள், மாணவர்கள் இருக்கிறார்கள், பொதுவாக மேலும் பெண் மாணவர்கள் நிறையாக வந்திருக்கிறார்கள். என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் வருகின்ற காலகட்டம் இளம் பெண் வழக்கறிஞர்களுக்கு மிக சிறப்பாக இருக்கும் என்று நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஏனென்றால் சட்டங்கள் மாறிக்கொண்டிருக்கின்றன. அதனுடைய மாற்றத்தை நாங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். தலைமை நீதிபதி என்ற ஒரு நாள் சொன்னார்கள், தமிழகத்தில் மட்டுமல்ல, ஈவன் கிட்டத்தட்ட ராஜஸ்தான் மாநிலம் போன்ற இடங்களிலும் கூட நீதிபதிகள் தேர்விலே பெண்களுடைய தொகை ஆண்களை விட அதிகமாக இருக்கிறது. இந்த மாற்றம் இன்னும் 10-20 வருடங்கள் கழித்தில் என்ன ஆகும் என்றால் உயர்நீதிமன்றம் உச்சநீதிமன்றத்திலும் பிரதிபலிக்கும். ஆகவே வருகின்ற மாற்றங்களை எதிர்கொள்வோம், மாற்றங்கள் செய்ய வேண்டிய எண்ணத்தோடு இருப்போம். இது அனைத்துக்கும் மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றம் ஒரு எடுத்துக்காட்டாக இருக்கும். நான் உச்சநீதிமன்றத்தில் நீதிபதியாக இருக்கும் வரை என்னுடைய சகோதரர்களுடைய துணையோடு இந்த நீதிமன்றத்திற்கு தேவையான அத்துணை விஷயங்களையும் செய்வேன் என்று கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, my lord.
தென் தமிழகத்தில் 100 கணனி சேவை மையங்களை திறந்து வைத்து வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் திரு சூரியகாந்த் அவர்களை அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
The Madras High Court is always a forerunner in adoption, adaptation and implementation of modern technology in judiciary. The e-Seva Kendras are boon in providing citizen-centric e-services. We now invite the Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly launch work for establishing 100 e-Seva Kendras in southern districts of Tamil Nadu and address the gathering. And also we request
Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Guest of the valedictory event. My brother, Honorable Justices M.M. Sundaresh, Justice K.V. Vishwanathan, Justice R. Mahadevan, my colleagues from the Supreme Court, Justice Vaidyanathan, Honorable Chief Justice Meghalaya High Court, Justice S.S. Sundar, Senior Judge, Madras High Court, Justice R. Subramaniam, Honorable Judge, Madras High Court, Honorable Judges of the Madras High Court, that of course includes the Madurai bench, very respected formal judges, Mr. P.S. Raman, Learned Advocate General Tamil Nadu, Mr. A.R. Sundar Sen, Learned Additional Solicitor General of India at Madras High Court, Registrar General, Judicial Officers, other members of the Tamil Nadu Judiciary, senior advocates and members of the Madras High Court, especially those practicing at the Madurai bench, officers of the Madurai bench, ladies and gentlemen, friends from media. I believe time constraints are there. We were expecting to wind up this function by this time. Hopefully, I will try to compensate by speaking very shortly. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to both the bar and the bench at Madurai for the successful inauguration of the E-Seva Kendra, a part of which my brother Justice Gavai will inaugurate, and also for historical completion of 20 years of this bench. Madras High Court, as one of the chartered High Court, has always been a pioneering institution. It has a very rich historical story behind its establishment and for delivering a plethora of impactful and landmark judgments. Many eloquent speakers in the inaugural session and in this valedictory session have already pointed out that the Madurai bench, following the footsteps of the parent institution, has done a commendable job in the development of the Indian jurisprudence. Your contribution has always been significant, leaving an immemorable impact on the Indian judicial system. I congratulate you once again for this landmark achievement. Madurai itself, as rightly pointed out, is a city teeming with heritage, which spans several centuries and is steeped in cultural history. It has served as the backdrop for numerous significant historical events, whether it is Lord Shiva's epic Tribal Yadal Puranam or the reign of the mighty Chola Empire. It's surrounded by majestic Yanaimalai, Nagamalai, and Pasumalai hills. The permanent bench has itself a historical event. I was wondering that when my brother Justice Sundaresh and Justice Mahadevan invited, why I didn't see my schedule and immediately said, yes, I will go to Madurai. Then I wanted to have an introspection that what is that long emotional bondage with Madras High Court or Madurai bench, that sometimes when in subconscious also, I feel attracted to visit these places. And then I reflected that as a law student who born and brought up in a village, and as a first generation lawyer, when I had a dream to join the legal profession, I went to my district courts. I had no experience, didn't see the court ever in life, didn't have any interaction with the lawyers, but eventually, through some family relations, I decided to join the chambers of a very leading senior advocate who was known for his expertise in civil law. I remember the day, it was 21st April 1984, when I entered his office and he asked me that he proposed to dictate a plaint for a civil suit in which a will was to be challenged, and for that he asked me to do some research work. And then he hinted me that the best book and the journal which will help you is here. This is Madras Law Journal. I have a vivid recollection of the Madras Law Journal, which was in white color with black prints. A line in between, on both sides you will find these judgments. They are small, very brief and crisp head notes and brief details of the judgment with the citation of MLJ, the year and the page. The only other journal after Madras Law Journal I used to consult was Allahabad Law Journal. This AIR and all other journals came much later. So the first impression as a student of law entering into profession and my learning began with a journal which was full of the civil jurisprudential remarkable judgments delivered by your parent High Court, by you, all of you. 2004, when this bench came into existence, has also some relationship with me. It was in 2004 that in the morning I resigned from the office of Advocate General and took over as judge on 9th January 2004. This bench came into existence in July 2004. July is the date when I got my license in profession. So all these dates I found that there is some coincidence that I find myself bit close to you and attached to you. When we talk of celebrating the establishment of a bench, there are three principles we keep in mind. One, a bench is needed for affordable justice. Two, a bench is needed for access to justice. And three, the same principles we differently coin when we say that the bench are needed because we need to take justice at the doorstep. So ultimate goal is that how we provide affordable access to justice in a timely manner. And that being the object of establishment of a bench, we all feel proud on the Madurai bench that you have done your job in a very commendable, in a remarkable manner in that direction. But as my earlier speaker said, it is also a time for introspection. We need to identify the deficiencies which need to be rectified. We need to say that where we are lacking. If we are able to identify those things, we will be able to rectify those. Those deficiencies should not be an impediment in becoming our institution an ideal place for the ultimate object of access to justice. And remember, when Chief Justice of India was talking about the encouragement of the young lawyers, the object was the affordability of justice also lies in the cost effectivity. Should we not make the justice delivery system so much cost effective that a common man, a poor man, a marginalized person, a person even below the poverty line can encourage himself to enter the doors and corridors of this court premises and seek justice for himself? That can only happen when we create a strength of the bar which take this profession as a pious job, they take this profession as their commitment towards the cause of justice. Remember, ours is the only country in the world where through the aegis of the National Legal Service Authority Act and the institutions created thereunder, we provide financial assistance even to the person who is alleged to have committed a crime. The ultimate object is the constitutional principle of justice and justice only. That is what we have committed ourselves under the preamble. And therefore, all of us, being the stakeholders in this institution, are under a constitutional obligation to do the best of it to achieve that object. I am quite sure all of you, being conscious of your responsibility, are already committed to it and will strive hard to achieve that object. We all are with you in this great journey. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to me. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, my lord.
வட தமிழகத்தில் 100 கணனி சேவை மையங்களை திறந்து வைத்து வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க மாண்புமிகு உச்சநீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் திரு P.R. கவாய் அவர்களை அன்போடு அழைக்கிறோம்.
We now invite the Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly launch work for establishing 100 e-Seva Kendras in the northern districts of Tamil Nadu and deliver valedictory address.
My esteemed colleagues and dear friends, Justice Suryakant, Justice Sundaresh, Justice Vishwanathan, Justice Mahadevan, Justice Vaidyanathan, the Chief Justice of the Meghalaya High Court, Justice R. Suresh Kumar, the Administrative Judge of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, Honorable Justice Sundar, Honorable Justice R. Subramaniam, all other my esteemed brothers and sisters, past and present from Madras bench of Madras High Court, including those sitting at the Madurai bench, the learned Advocate General for the state of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Raman, the learned Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Sundaresan, the law officers of the state government as well as the Union of India, the office bearers of various lawyers' organizations, the respected senior advocates, the members of the bar, registry, the Registrar General and the other registrars, both at Chennai and Madurai, the staff of the High Court, and dear friends. We are almost here for last 4.5 hours and much past the lunch time. I think you also have lunchtime at 1 o'clock. And therefore, I would not like to be here for long and detain you for your lunch. I'd like to follow my predecessor, Justice Suryakant, and try to be brief. In any case, as the last speaker, after listening the erudite speeches of so many learned judges and the members of the bar, it is difficult to speak. As a matter of fact, when around 15-20 days back, Justice Mahadevan, the then acting Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, had called me to invite me, and on account of prior commitments, I had said that though I would have allowed to come, but it may not be possible. But then Justice Sundaresh, with whom I had the pleasure of sitting together, and we shared a wonderful bonding on the bench, and of course, out of the bench also, he called me and said that you have to come, and then I had to abide by his mandamus. And I think if I would have not done that, I would have missed a lot. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you all on this august occasion. My another friend from Tamil Nadu, from whom I learned, from his arguments I learned, and now presently have the pleasure of learning from him as a partner on the bench, Justice Vishwanathan, was another reason to bring me here. And the foremost reason is that when Justice Mahadevan rang me about a week back to finalize about the nitty-gritties of the function, so we discussed, and then while putting off the phone, I told him, but now one change you'll have to make is that though you are there as the acting Chief Justice, in the invitation card, you will have to print your name as a guest. And I'm happy that all of us have brought a gift from him for you in the nature of Justice Mahadevan as the Judge of the Supreme Court of India. I wholeheartedly congratulate Justice Mahadevan on behalf of all of you, on behalf of all of us, and wish him a long and very fruitful career as a Judge of the Supreme Court. We assemble here to celebrate the completion of 20 years of the establishment of the Madurai bench. As the learned Advocate General stated, it was very difficult to pronounce the term Vigentennial, because this was for the first time that I came across such a phrase. And I must congratulate, I think, Justice Suresh. It's his brainchild. I am a staunch supporter of the benches. When I was a judge of the Bombay High Court at one of the conferences, a very senior, there was a debate, one of the sessions was as to whether there should be benches of the High Court or not. One of the senior lawyers, I won't name him because he's still practicing in the Supreme Court, he accused that the Aurangabad bench of the Bombay High Court was nothing else but an elevated district court. And fortunately, since I was a judge, I was to speak after him. And I replied, I denied the accusation. I am one of the rare judges in Bombay High Court who had the pleasure of sitting at the principal seat as well as all the benches at Nagpur, Aurangabad, and also at Panji. And I This was around 15 years back. And I said, the allegation is totally false. I have worked at Aurangabad bench and I found that the lawyers at Aurangabad bench are as good, if not superior, than the lawyers at Bombay. And that time I had said that this bench will produce the young lawyers, it will produce many of the judges, and they will bring a name, a laurel to the Aurangabad bench. And I must say with pride that what I had predicted around 15, 16 years has proved to be correct. That bench, apart from giving dozens of judges to the High Court, has produced 4 Chief Justices, one of which was your past Chief Justice, Justice Gangapurwala. And apart from that, now it has also given one judge to the Supreme Court in the nature of Justice P.B. Varade. As Justice Suryakant observed, the purpose of establishing the benches is that we have recognized that right to justice is a fundamental right. But merely recognizing the right to justice as a fundamental right would be of no avail if the justice is not affordable, accessible, and to the last citizen of the country. The establishment of the Aurangabad bench enabled the poor citizens from that area to get affordable justice at the rates at which they can afford, a speedier justice, and I am happy to note that that model has also been proved to be successful at Madurai bench. As the learned Additional Solicitor General, Mr. Sundaresan, has named, that this bench has produced many, many eminent judges on the Madras High Court. I take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for making this bench a success story. As I stated in the beginning, I won't be long. This is a land of social reformers. Tamil Nadu has given many social reformers, including Subramaniam Bharati, E.V. Ramaswamy Periyar, Thiruvallur. They have brought social reforms. They have fought against the anomalies that were found in the erstwhile societies. As Subramaniam Bharati, or as we call him Bhartiyar, stated, and I quote him, "World will prosper in knowledge and intellect if both men and women are deemed equal." We know that the traditional Indian society considered the woman to be more downtrodden than even the untouchables. They were denied the right even to basic education. Our society was riddled with inequalities, untouchability, and in that light, what Periyar says is very relevant. And I quote him, "Man is equal to man. There should be no exploitation. One should help the other. No one should harm anybody. Generally, there should be no room for grievance or complaint from anybody. Everybody should live and let live. Otherwise, with a national spirit." And therefore, we find that the ideas of these great social reformers, not only from Tamil Nadu, but from the other parts of the country, including Maharashtra, like Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, they have found place in the Constitution. Article 14 is the epitome of equality which Periyar and Bhartiyar propheted centuries back. Justice, social, economic, and political is what we have assured to our citizens in our preamble. On this occasion, I recollect what Dr. Ambedkar had said on 25th of November 1949 in his last speech in the Constituent Assembly. He stated that political justice is of no use unless the political justice coupled with social and economic justice is achieved. He stated that what is social justice? Social justice is where liberty, equality, and fraternity are accepted as the means of life. And he warned us that though by one person, one vote, one value, we have attempted to achieve political justice. But what about social and economic justice? He stated that on an economic plane, we have a country divided into few citizens with whom the economic wealth of the country is concentrated, and a vast majority of the people who are finding it difficult to meet two ends. On a social plane, we have a society compartmentalized into 4 compartments, and the compartments are so tight that a movement from one to another is not possible. And he stated that if we do not remove these inequalities, then the edifice of democracy, which we have so laboriously built, will fall down like a house of cards. And therefore, in order to achieve social and economic justice along with political justice, we have directive principles in the Constitution. In the last 75 years of the Constitution, we have undoubtedly marched towards the economic and political justice. The executive, the legislature, as well as the judiciary. It's a different topic. In the Keshavanand Bharati, the 3 learned judges have stated that the courts are also stayed within the meaning of Article 12 of the Constitution of India. And therefore, Justice Matthews, Justice Beg, they stated that when the courts are discharging their duties, they are also bound by the directive principles as enshrined in Part 4 of the Constitution. On this auspicious day, I am happy to see so many sister judges and the principle of equality which was propheted by Bhartiyar centuries ago is coming to fruition. Justice Vishwanathan introduced me to his friend, class friend, a senior counsel, Krishnaveli, and After introduction, he said that she is also a president of Women's Bar Association. And she declined to take note of that. And that is, I think, that is the success of women empowerment. The women and men in all the fields we see now are par with each other. On this day, I once again congratulate you. As the learned Advocate General has said that after 10 years, in 2034, we'll be celebrating trigenerational celebrations of the Madurai bench. After 20 years, we'll be celebrating the Golden Jubilee. And let us march towards the goal that when Madurai bench celebrates its Golden Jubilee, we'll remember the words of Thiruvallur. It is compassion, the most gracious of virtues, which moves the world. While discharging our duties as lawyers, as judges, let us have compassion in our heart. Let us ensure that the justice is given to the needy, to the last citizen of this country. Let us hope and pray that when in 1954 we celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the Madurai bench, it will be remembered as the bench which has become a beacon in fulfilling the promise of social and economic justice as enshrined by the framers of the Constitution. Thank you very much. Mikka Nandru, Mikka Nandru.
Thank you, my lord.
இறுதியாக நன்றி உரை நகல மாண்புமிகு சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்ற நீதியரசர் திரு ஆர் சுப்பிரமணியன் அவர்களை அன்புடன் அழைக்கிறோம்.
We request the Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subramanian, Judge Madras High Court, to propose vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Silent gratitude isn't of much use to anyone, said G.B. Stern, a British author. Therefore, I am here to do the duty of expressing it. Honorable Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Surya Kant, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Sundaresh and my beloved brother, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Vishwanathan, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Mahadevan, Judge Supreme Court of India, my esteemed brother Justice S.S. Sundar, my brother and sister judges of the Madras High Court, learned Additional Solicitor General Mr. A.R.L. Sundaresan, learned Advocate General Mr. P.S. Raman, senior and junior members of the bar and other dignitaries, officers of the District Judiciary and the Registry of the Madras High Court. Vote of thanks comes last, and a delayed vote of thanks it is necessary that the speaker finishes fast. Honorable Justice Surya Kant, you recollected the glory of Madras High Court and its stand in the judiciary, in the judicial map of India. Thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation and being here with us and also complimenting us. Thank you. Honorable Justice Gawai had reminded us of the famous social reformers who had occupied this part of the country, Tamil Nadu, and also our duty as judges and lawyers. Thank you, sir. Honorable Justice Sundaresh, as usual in his inimitable style, had narrated the importance of Madurai in the cultural and epical history of Tamil Nadu, and also in the afternoon session had given a vision for the younger lawyers. Thank you, my brother Justice Sundaresh. Honorable Justice Vishwanathan, though he is from the neighboring state and he can't deny, though he is from the neighboring state, he spoke in such fluent Tamil and he has now become an adopted son of Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir. Thank you for speaking in Tamil and thank you for having been with us on this occasion. And Justice Mahadevan, the architect of this function, though he should have been the host, because of Almighty, he has become our guest. Thank you for being with us, sir. And my brother Justice S.S. Sundar, he was one of the judges to be elevated from the Madurai bar in very early times. Thank you, brother, for giving a wonderful welcome address. And Mr. Sundaresan and Mr. Raman, thank you for your felicitations. And my brother and sister judges, thank you for being here with us. And also the lawyers at Madurai, thank you. And you have won a great compliment from one of the great sons of this soil, Justice Sundaresh, that your civil and criminal bars are the best. Very good. Thank you for that. And my brother judges at Madurai and the team at Madurai have great work, wonderfully done. We know the leader was Suresh Kumar. Thank you, Suresh, for all this, and thank you one and all.
Thank you, my lord. I request you all to rise now for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे